Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
As I suspected, 32 flavors.
Try the sauce. I'm soaked in it.
Oh, I could lick you all day long.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? How you all doing? I was just hot off Midnight's Edge After Dark with Tom Connors. That 70s rock fan and clobbering times. How are you all doing tonight? It is the 66th episode of Toxic Tuesday. Happy to have you all here. There's a lot of you in the chat right away, coming in red hot. I love it. It's Tuesday night. You guys are popping off like it's Friday night. So I don't know if you guys caught the early part of the intro before the countdown, but I just basically just did my own version of Cameron from Ferris Bueller. It was like, pardon my French, but you're an asshole, and I'm gonna have the stream demonetized immediately because I don't give a fuck. Alright, Rudy? Fuck the fuck right off. Anyways, we already got a super chat from Radioactive for $5. Says, just because it's Bond Toxic Tuesday. Well, thank you for the $5, Radioactive. Cheers and beers to you, sir. I hope you are doing well. And yes, let's keep it huge, guys. Huge in the chat, all right? We got it. Yeah, there you go. Get those huges going. Let's see those huges launching. That's what's up. Yes. Yes, I like it. Hope you all are doing well. I'll give a quick acknowledgement here. We'll start. We're going to go see here. Was a Radioactive Phantom Outsider, Eric K. Was a Vince Womack, of course. Lisa. Hello, Lisa. Pope Metallicus the First. How are you, sir? Yolanda Gaines. How are you? Das Wolfen Deleted Scenes. I said D-Bud. I did, yes. Sean Eastep, how you doing, sir? Dragon Bricks, hashtag. How you doing as well? Of course, Radioactive. Fat Elvis, what's up, Fat Elvis? Inverse Opinion, there's the huges. Yes, huge. You guys are killing. Yeah, this panel ad chat is very huge. That's, man, I love it. I love seeing the huges. See that? That's what it's about, guys. That's what it's about. Thank you very, 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 very much for that very huge welcome. Let's bring in a few of our familiar faces here. Let's bring in the man who this time will have the visuals right. Who tried to punk me, by the way, before the show. Mark D with a C.
You sure it's not Mad Max Beyond Thunderball? That's what I was looking for.
We do gotta do that movie sometime, you know. So
yeah,
you
we will
ain't
do
wrong
that
in that regard.
Yeah, well, it worked out pretty good for Boom Alert last week. We had a great show and fixed it on the fly, so it's all good. Sometimes you do your best work under pressure. So usually I do these slideshows, a couple hours ahead of time, watch the movie. So last week I did it during the show, but worked out good. We had a lot of fun, and it was a great movie. And yeah, I should have brought my swim goggles for this one. We're Scuba Pete. We should have Scuba Pete on for this one. It's all underwater.
Dude, right? Yeah. For real. Yep. For real, man. We we should have all worn goggles. It's okay. One day we'll actually wear suits for a Bond. For a
beer
Bond
goggles?
Show.
What'd you say, beer goggles?
And we'll have beer goggles on while wearing the suits. We'll just have Clobby do an avatar of it. It'll be great.
Yep.
It'll be absolutely excellent. Yeah, it'll be awesome. But Mark, glad to see you as always. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving weekend.
It was very good.
Awesome. Glad to hear.
Fried turkey, deep fried turkey. So, did you see the pictures I posted on that?
I did not.
That's all right.
Post,
Yeah.
post them on the Gilded. We have a
I'll post
great
them on the
Gilded
Gilded, yeah.
food channel, and like we got guys like Boosh who are always posting amazing food
Ooh.
photos.
Yeah, I'll
Dude,
definitely
I'm just
post
saying,
that there.
the
Yep.
photos are huge in there, and I mean that, man, huge.
Nice.
All right. All right. Oh, I see Stunt Brad and Rob Baltus. How are you both doing? Thank you for being here. Let's bring in our red shirt. Just another red shirt. How are you, sir? And welcome back to Toxic Tuesday.
Hey, Nick Weiser, and thank you. It's a pleasure to be back on Toxic Tuesday. I always enjoy this show, and I love
Thank
this
you.
movie. So this will be fun.
Yes, it will be. Thank you for being here, sir. Hopefully you had a good weekend. I know you said before the show started you had a huge get together. So, I'm
We had the whole
fam
we had the whole fam damly in the house for Thanksgiving. It was a ton of people.
Damly. Remember that one, guys. Fam Damly. I like how that sounds. It's Fam Damly. Huge.
But
Fam
Van Damme
Damly.
family?
Yeah, basically.
Oh man.
You didn't kick
I found
anyone,
out
did you?
3 young children are critical mass.
Critical mass. Oh, well, hey, pleasure to have you, Red Shirt. Glad to hear your Thanksgiving went well.
Yeah.
Let's do the show. Let's get it on the road. And we got a few returning guests. And guys, that 70s Rock fan will be here later. Geary and Dustin had to sit this out again for issues. Nothing crazy or bad. They'll be back. But life happens. But we got 2 very worthy substitutes. One of them's been on here once, and everyone's been on here a few times. So we're first welcome back, Mr. Dash Attack. How are you, sir?
Hey, Nick. Thanks for letting me back on. How you doing?
My pleasure. I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. The channel's doing great. My family's doing great. I'm going to be moving out of my parents' house pretty soon.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, a lot of things happen.
Awesome.
A lot of things happening.
Nice. That's awesome, dude. Hey, happy to hear, man. Keep that progress going. Keep that hustle going. Before you know it, it's gonna be all coming up Millhouse for you.
Yeah.
You got this, man. Hey, happy to have you back. Thanks for coming back. Let's have fun tonight. All right.
Yeah.
And now we got the atmosphere. That is Joe's atmosphere. How are you, sir?
I am doing fantastic. If I was doing any better, it'd probably be illegal, my friend. How you doing?
That was very, very well said. I'm doing good, man. I'm glad to have you back on here. You basically are I best you could say you're like an unofficial like member.
I'm the
at
best
this rate.
backup quarterback money can buy.
You
That's
really
right.
are. You are our top relief pitcher. When we
There
need
you
you at
go.
the bottom of the ninth,
That's
you
it.
come in and you get us those 3 strikeouts and you knock them dead, and it's absolutely freaking awesome. But glad to have you back, sir. Seriously,
Thank you for having me,
coming
my
back.
friend. You know I love this movie. It's my favorite Bond movie, and I've got plenty of props to show you guys because I am a Bond nut. The only
Good.
thing I'm not going to show you is my Walther PPK CCP 9mm, which I tote
Oh.
in the car.
But you don't have.
Which I don't have right now. No.
He doesn't.
Not in this room. It's in my bedroom right now.
You do
Yep.
not have
Right.
a gun.
No,
He
we do
does
not have a
not.
gun on the set. No, we do
No,
not.
they were all lost in a tragic boating accident.
Yes,
Yep.
absolutely.
Right.
I can
It's
sympathize.
Really
So were mine.
unfortunate and sad. It happens, but and before we get on to showing off some goods and talking a little bit about this James Bond movie, we got a direct donor from a man on the panel. Like Joe's atmosphere, you didn't have to, but you're nuts. But anyways. And Joe's atmosphere for $5 says this is the best Bond movie ever. It's huge.
You know
Thank
it
you
is.
for
My
the $5,
favorites.
Joe.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I was trying to explain it to 70s when we were doing his show last night. I gave him one at the beginning of the show, and I was like, "Look, this is an old bartender's trick. I'm baiting the tip jar. I'm baiting the tip jar. Getting it started. Hopefully, it'll snowball."
Oh, and yeah, it's all about, man. You gotta lead by example. No, so
There you
for
go.
me, Oh man, this was the first Bond title that stuck out to me as a name that just like I remember seeing a VHS cover for it when I was a kid, and I'm thinking, huh, Thunderball, that title, that's a really damn cool title. Now, when I first saw it sometime, I can't remember when, I'll admit I didn't really exactly understand it as well. I was enjoying the action and all the scuba stuff, but I didn't really understand it per se, even though it's not really that complex. I guess I was just being an attention span teenager. But sometime later in life, I went back to it. And I'm like, bro, this is Bond at his most toxic, at lots of action. You get a battle sequence, basically. And the one liners are all time great one liners. And you just get a jetpack now.
Yes.
Freaking
Jetpack, baby.
jetpack now. And the first time our boy Connery finally gets to be the one who does the shoot during the intro. About damn time. You would think it would have happened sooner, but no.
Really?
No. Yeah. This was the movie where he finally got to do. Took long
And
enough.
I gotta say, he does it a heck of a lot better than whatever stuntman they hired to do it for him in the previous movies.
Yeah, you can always tell you're watching an old one when you see the guy with the hat shooting. You know what I mean? Yeah.
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 He was
Oh,
great.
yes,
He did it really well. He set the standard for future Bonds to open the credits with that move.
And also, I noticed too. I remember because like even though this was one where I went back to. I noticed since I had seen many more movies between my rewatch of it at the time. I'm like, wow, there's more Bond girls in this movie. Even though one or two of them technically is not a Bond girl, but we'll just say that they are for conversation's sake. Like, man, Bond, like they like if this had come out post AIDS, there would have been so much controversy about it, and that's what made me think it was, wow, this would have been the talk of conversation for years on end about this one. And of course, it was also the first time this is a Bond movie where it came out in the US before the UK. And on a technicality, in January 65, Goldfinger saw its US release, and then Thunderball later that same year. So even though the rest of the world got Goldfinger in 64, US got it in 65. So technically both movies released the same year. So, a little
It's crazy.
fun fact
It's
for
crazy
the
that they
crowd,
pumped
right?
these out that fast. I mean, it's nuts, dude. They did what? 4 movies inside of 3 years? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Well, I
They
mean, you
like
think of like James Bond, Godzilla, like, it's those are the big franchises, Bond and Godzilla. They just pump
Yeah.
them out.
And they did, and they were actually, the thing is, there's a lot of quality to be had. You were enjoying it, and obviously at this point in time, Bond was a cultural phenomenon. I think they were even like selling a vodka at that point, a 007 vodka, around the time of Thunderball. Like, I've heard urban legends that they were like branding for 007 was beyond gigantic, like right around the time of the Thunderball release. But while we get ready to talk more about history and more Connery greatness, Joe's Atmosphere, I'm going to let you have the floor for a minute and show off some goods.
Show us your goods, huh? Well, I've got the 007. Let me put it in front of my drawing table so you can see it a little better. The 007 shot martini glass. I keep that on my bar.
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, beautiful.
I'm an old bartender, so I keep that at my bar. And I have a poster book from 2012, the 50th anniversary of Bond. And I've went ahead and flipped it open to the Thunderball posters. Yes. And I figured I'd show you guys what this. The art in them is really cool. Actually, the one you used for the thumbnail is in here as well. I'm trying to, let's see. You may not hear me talk that much.
That's classic.
That
not enough women in that poster, though.
Right? There's not enough women in this poster. And then I think the one you used for the thumbnail is on the next page. Yeah, it's the bottom, I'm looking at it backwards here.
Oh.
The one you use for the thumbnail is the bottom left-hand one, I
Yes.
think, or is it
bottom
on the right? It's
Bottom right.
bottom right.
Bottom
yeah.
right. Bottom right.
But I love the jetpack one myself. I think that one's awesome.
dude,
that one and the one right below it.
Wow.
Good.
That one and the
James
one right
Bond
below
does
it.
it everywhere.
Yeah, I'm telling you. and there's a ton more in
Literally.
here. But
I thought that was a bit on the nose. James Bond does it everywhere. Yes, he does.
everywhere.
Even
That's
under
right.
the sea.
He does, man. But yeah,
with the skies,
I'm a
the
big
jetpack
fan, and I actually have a poster over here that I'm not going to take off the wall and bring over here. My ring light would probably white it out anyway because it's encased in glass, but it's got every Bond poster all the way through Casino Royale on it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a big nut for the guy. I love the movies. Yes, absolutely. And this is my favorite one, as that guy well knows, as he found out last night. Because it was my favorite Bond theme, wasn't it? That 70s rock fan. Yes, that's right.
How's it going?
You have
70s?
balls. I like
Oh, hey,
balls.
how's it
I like
going?
thunderballs.
Big time. Yes.
How you doing,
See you, buddy.
Sorry, I'm
70s?
late.
Oh, dude. You have a life, man. And on top of it,
I do?
I saw you earlier on
I
Meat.
do.
But Mark, though, Mark
you
on
point
the
me
other
to it?
hand,
That's
he's
news to him.
stuck.
I had a commitment, a veterans-related commitment. But anyway,
Was it only
to be here.
dudes there?
no, it was dudes and dudesses. There was a Royal Canadian Legion meeting. I'm in the Legion, which is it's a thing that we do
Legion?
in the Commonwealth countries. We have the Legion
Did-
for veterans and
Legion of
families of veterans. And anyway, so that was good.
Did
but
you-
anyway,
did you tell
what have I
them about
missed?
The Legion of Memers.
The Legion, the Royal Canadian Legion of Memers. Yes.
Yeah.
So what have I missed? Who has Bond killed? How many women has he slept with so far?
We're just still doing the backstory. I just showed off all my fan stuff. Remember
I
the
know,
poster
it's
book we never
nice.
busted out last night? I just
Well,
busted it out
we're
and showed him the posters.
Better to save it for tonight, I thought, mate, and that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
Still
nice.
lubing the crowd up, basically. We're still lubing
Yes.
people up here.
We're lubing people up. Yes,
Yeah, we're getting ready for Mad Max Beyond
we're
Thunderball.
shaking the we're shaking and stirring.
Oh.
I had
Cool.
to
Yeah.
I had to explain to him about baiting the tip jar as well. Yeah, I threw him a 5 and he was like, "Man, you didn't have to do that." I'm like, "I'm just baiting the
Okay.
tip
Did,
jar."
and it worked.
I want
It
to
worked.
mention something
And I
though.
thank you.
And Altus is. I'm glad he mentions the Tom Jones track because Tom Jones just sang the song. He didn't write it. He just sang it. But obviously, his voice is what makes it stand out so well. Because it's the second song with the opening credits named off after the movie. Absolutely phenomenal thing, that, and I love the opening credits with the colors and the swimming going on. I absolutely
I love that
Love
intro
those
so
credits.
much. This was like when I had seen Casino Royale first, but this was like the first like real of the classic James Bonds that I saw. I had a box case I got from Best Buy long ago, and I just remember just that intro. I was just surprised, all these naked women and all these like people with harpoon guns. It's just it was
That-
like it's yeah.
Yeah, they definitely went. They took Bond to a different level in this one. When you see the two armies at war under the water at the end of it,
I
it's
love
just
it.
it ups the scale of the Bond films big time.
If you look carefully at the intros for Dr. No, well, Dr. No didn't have that, the women, but if you look carefully at the intros for Goldfinger and From Russia with Love, the women are pretty much all wearing bikinis, which at the time was pretty risque as it was.
Yeah,
This, I think, is the very first Bond opening theme that featured women silhouetted, barely lit, what have you, that appear to be swimming around underwater naked. Mm-hmm. This, I think,
should
is
be
the first one
compulsory.
that did that, and it kept that,
That should
for
be compulsory.
years. It should
It's a
be.
good
that's
trend to
pretty
set.
It should not be allowed to be called a Bond. There he is.
there he
What
is.
a much better
There's
position to
Connery.
end up in.
Right?
And the opening, yeah.
You still got to have it.
That was such an improvement.
You know, when I was a kid, I thought that was eagle feathers. I had no idea that was a muzzle of a gun.
Feathers.
Yeah, I had no idea that was a
when I
muzzle
was a
of a
kid,
gun.
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I
thought
didn't know
it
what
was
it
just a
was.
tunnel.
I didn't. I finally figured out it was rifling in a barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this
I'm
is the
with
best opening
Dash.
of the early
I
Bond
thought it
films.
was I thought it was a tunnel. I actually thought it was a tunnel too. I'm from that category. I thought it was just a dumb tunnel. But I did laugh my ass off when I first saw this scene because of what happens. Oh man, I you want to talk about like after seeing
Great
so many
lines.
movies, you would think not only is it great lies, but it's just like it's the unexpected fight that you you know we'll
Careful
just
how you
let it-
word
we'll
that.
just l-
Right.
We'll let it play out because I laughed my ass off. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And especially in the '60s, you would know not many dudes would just dress up, like a lady. So that was like considered an actual, for lack of a better word, stunning and brave to do then. Nowadays, it's just
Yeah,
commonplace.
that was shocking back then.
Yeah, it was.
This is shock rock before shock rock in a way with this guy as the widow, but I love that. I've come to offer my sincere condolences, and he just goes for the whack. I remember
Whack!
like,
Yeah,
bro,
you're
he
like,
smacked that
what
bitch
the hell?
hard. And I'm
Boom!
like, oh, never mind. That's not a that. I mean, that dude he looks like a bitch, but it's not definitely not the bitch that I expected. So I was like, bro. I couldn't believe it at the time.
You should have opened
It's
the
a
car
pretty
door
good
by yourself.
disguise too.
It is.
Yeah.
It really deceives you. Even
But
from
that
the quick-
he mentions that, and I noticed that when she got in the car, I was like, she had a driver there with her who should have opened the door for her,
Yep.
but she opened the door and got in the back.
Yeah.
And I thought that was odd when I saw it. I'm like, that was what told Bond that's not the widow. And I thought that was cool. They did that. That's a really nice piece of setup and payoff.
Yep.
That you get the
Wow.
hint
See,
at
I
the
didn't
same time
even
Bond
realize
does.
that. Good call, Red Shirt. Man, I wish I had noticed that little detail, but that just goes shows to show you why he's good at what he does. That's what makes him the agent. So damn, that is
There's
some
Mr. Bean,
shite.
Bond's stunt double. It goes by so fast you can't tell,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, look at
but you
him.
can see a clip of the
not him.
stunt double.
Yeah, he looks like Mr. Bean right there.
Doesn't he look like Mr. Bean?
He looks like Mr. Go back to it. He looks like Mr. Bean a little.
right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're right.
He does look like Mr.
Yep.
It's an early
does.
Johnny English sighting. Then is what you're saying.
Bean. Johnny English sighting.
Sir,
Mr. Bond,
I expect her to die.
A lot of
Oh,
Bond
dude,
calls.
I love how he just drops a bunch of flowers on him too. As he could have left sooner, but no, he has to go and get those extra flowers, plop them on him. Of like what
Paying respects.
Yes.
to the widow.
Exactly. That's the Bond touch, right there. I didn't give him flowers. I'll have to send him flowers. That's some.
Even though you're technically not the widow since you're a man, but I will still mourn anyways. Man, that guy. Yeah, this scene would have been considered the most transphobic whatever nowadays. This scene
Possibly,
alone, it's kind of like
yeah.
the Ace Ventura scene with Finkel and Einhorn. The reveal at the end.
I don't know.
One of those scenes.
In that last animated Scooby-Doo movie that was in theaters, they had Snidely Whiplash dress up as a woman and hit on Fred. I didn't see it, but apparently that was a thing.
I did not.
How did Fred?
I
Well,
didn't
we don't
see
get
the
into
last-
that. How did
yeah, I
Fred
didn't see the
react?
last
Yeah.
Scoob.
Right.
Well, the joke
Yeah.
is Fred doesn't realize it's Snidely Whiplash, like
Yeah.
it with a wig on.
This stuntman's
He's
talented,
Fred.
though. He never kicked off the heels. He's fighting in heels the whole time.
Those things are
Pretty
dangerous.
amazing.
I mean,
Yeah, they are.
you must have had somebody walk on you in those before, Joe. I mean, they hurt.
So 70s, what were those heels like?
Painful. You know what's really bothering me is that's a really, really nice, expensive rug, and they're making a real mess of it.
You're all just concerned about the damn.
Concerned about the
rug.
furniture.
They all just wrecked this room.
Yeah, they
they
did.
do.
It's actually one of the
And-
more violent fights in the
He
corner.
looks satisfied of it though. He looks very
He does.
happy that he just destroyed that room. 'Cause
He's
he
probably
knows he
incredibly
doesn't-
turned on at that point as well.
I'm sorry. I know you're a man, but
He's
you
wearing
just
a
look so
skirt.
good in that dress.
You've got great legs.
You
I'm
look,
very
you wear,
confused.
you wear those heels so well.
I'm so confused.
Consider me stimulated.
Look at the size of these columns. The
He
flowers.
just had to
yeah.
throw those
Broad-
flowers, didn't he?
Look at these broad shoulders. These such strong shoulders.
I'm so
Look at
confused.
I thought you were talking about Connery's hairpiece. No. We're just talking about how Connery's touched.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was
God.
going bald all the time, no doubt about it.
Oh,
He does it.
I saw
Who
the
says I have
photos.
hairpiece? I don't have hairpiece. That's our dirty.
We-
The helmet, check the
we're-
helmet.
I know.
Dude, look at that.
Didn't know what the hell
We're
he was
getting
doing.
into this film, and we have our first
Here he comes,
amazing
the
gadget,
jetpack.
the jetpack.
Yeah.
The jetpack was God, who was the guy that did the jet? Oh, Bill Suter, sorry, engineer. He's the one who actually flew this jetpack, Bill Suter. And he, at the time, he was only one of 2 people in the world qualified to fly it.
Wow.
So
I love how they brought.
I mean,
I love
Sean.
how they brought it back for Die Another Day.
Yeah.
I'm impressed by
Yeah.
the stag on the top of that building. Did you see it there? That
Yeah.
stag. That's impressive.
Stog.
You mean Sean Connery really wasn't flying this? Come on.
I know. I don't believe
do
that
anything.
for 1 minute. Yeah.
It's an early.
Well,
that was all the
flash.
Yeah,
rage.
fly it.
That backpack was all the rage in the late '60s, early '70s. It was like one of the coolest things that but you don't really realize it only could fly like for 2 minutes or 3 minutes.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
great.
so
Yeah,
wild.
that,
to-
yeah.
It's just
great.
amazing just to see that. So that
It was
just so
great,
cool.
but it wasn't fitted with machine guns, which would have made it perfect.
no well just men
Oh,
should
that
do
would have been
one, right?
awesome. If they had CGI in the 60s, maybe.
Oh,
And we
yeah,
brought
here we
back the DB5
Bulletproof shield.
and the shield. Yep, brings
Yes.
the shield up so you can drive. And then
Shields up.
I want to know what it is he sprays them with.
Dude,
Yeah,
he-
it's almost like it's
piss.
paint. You
Cat
know,
piss.
it doesn't. It looks like it's thicker than oil.
It
I
just
fixed
looks
my
like he turned
corgi
on
too.
the
I'll show it later.
sparklers. I think he just needed to clean his grass, and they just happened to be in the way. And well, he needed to turn the sparkler on. He's just, oh, you guys are in the way. I got grass to clean. I like my
Why
grass
don't they just
clean."
run to the side and go around that?
They don't, because they're
Just run a few
stupid,
feet to
Because
the
they're
side,
because
yeah.
they're Bond villains and they're not that
That's
smart.
true. I have.
Yeah, that would be
That's
too
true.
intelligent.
It's his Bond general bad guys, not like the main villains, but his general bad guys who go after him are like his stormtrooper equivalent.
Yeah,
You know?
pretty much.
They're-
Yeah,
That
I
pretty
know
much.
what he's spraying on them. It's pure martini.
there you go. Shaken,
Shaken,
not
not
stirred.
stirred.
Exactly.
Oh, that was good. That was good, Dash. That was good bounce on.
Oh,
Well,
check the car.
Yeah, I
Check the
fixed it.
car.
Well, you get the car check. Eric K, for $5, as my good friend, 70s, who served in the Highland Special Forces Secret Sheep Division. All right, let's see
You
this
would
car
know.
from Mark.
You would know, Eric. You would know.
Dude.
Oh, you fixed it.
I fixed. Yeah, I had
Thank
to
you,
glue
thank you,
the
Eric
ejection
K.
sheet. So here,
The ejection
Eric.
sheep.
the sheep. Yep, you.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
losing it.
That is nice.
Haven't you got big hands?
That's a small car.
That's what all the ladies.
Matt, you've got big hands.
My, what big hands you have.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, you just launched him.
Nice.
Damn.
cool.
That was
Ejector seat.
cool. Oh, you caught him? Or is that a spare?
Oh, that's
the No, guy that that's gets him.
ejected.
Yeah, that's the guy that gets ejected. He got him.
Oh, Vince has a point. What is he spraying? I'm just saying Bond had a lot of girls in that car.
I don't think. Yes.
Oh damn, you guys! These guys. I swear, no matter what happens, every show now it's just now a matter of it's inevitable when we go this route. I guess
We gotta
that's what I
show
get
those
for being
ladies,
part of
yeah.
the Dix division. That's just what I
Dude,
get.
How
And
awesome.
then we got Ashton Com for another $5. Thank you, sir. This is a bad movie. Most of the plot points are given away in the first 30 minutes. James Bond spends the rest of the movie playing catch up. No mystery. You know, I don't agree, but I will say though, I do. It's not my favorite Connery Bond,
No, me neither. Yeah.
but I still love it, and I don't feel like the mystery was necessary.
I think
So-
it's too long as well, and I've talked about this to Joe yesterday. I think that the underwater scenes are a little too long for me.
Yeah.
I think they
I'd
could have
argue
chopped
that-
I think
5
it was
minutes.
just the setup. I think they spend too much time at the spa, and they could probably have sped that up. But like that's where Bond is at his most toxic. Is at that spa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
No
Oh,
doubt.
Kinda-
absolutely.
Well, debatable.
No,
They
it's
could have
debatable.
trimmed
Oh, no,
5
no,
or
no.
10 minutes.
The nurse is there in a professional capacity, and he seduces her because she thinks she's at fault for him almost being killed on the traction machine, and he takes immediate advantage of that.
Yep.
And we
That wouldn't
sort
fly
of kind
today.
of see that he did.
Oh, dude.
And
you
and
wanna
that
talk
was
about
all I could think of was that reminds me of my uncle, my late uncle. Oh my God, that man got more ass than a toilet seat.
That's awesome, man.
Nice.
Wow.
And then
Hilarious.
while this slide is up too, this whole we go back to the there's a
These
crazy
credits.
convoluted rights issue with
That's
Kevin
Kevin
McClory.
McClory. Yeah.
So he wrote this with Jack Winningham and Ian Fleming. So you can delve into it more deeply. But that's why Never Say Never Again came out. Was it 12 years later or?
It was in the 80s. Yeah.
It was the same
Yeah.
year as Octopussy.
So it's just basically the same story. So it's just real interesting. So McClory held the rights. Now currently today that he's since passed, and Eon Productions, or the studio, bought the rights back. But he owned the rights to Thunderball as they made this movie because he worked with Ian Fleming. So it was interesting to read
Couldn't
about
make
that.
it without him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
1983 was Never
83,
Say
yeah.
Never Again.
Yeah. So it's
Same year
what,
as
18
Octopussy.
years?
Yeah.
18 years difference. Yep.
Don't forget, originally Thunderball was supposed to actually be the very first James Bond movie, but because they weren't prepared for such a big production at this time, they just settled with Dr. No because they could do it a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
So they settled with Dr.
It's an
No.
expensive story. Yeah.
They're really starting to pump the money into it.
story. I mean, for me, I feel like I actually like the big battle at the end at sea. I don't think there's nothing actually that should be taken out. I actually feel like that really makes the payoff worth it. For me, it's a lot of the exposition in the first hour. I think you could have taken off about 10 minutes of that, and then you would have a nice, stronger, straight 2-hour movie. Because the movie's around 2 hours and 10 minutes, something like that. I feel like it definitely the 10 minutes would have done it. Now that said, though, a lot of the Bond toxicity was super necessary. Super
There's
necessary.
these great sets again.
Yeah, man. The
It's,
Spectre round
Austin
table
Powers
is
got most
just
of its show.
wow.
And there's
This
two
is like
guys. There's two
WEF.
guys here. There's two guys here that I want to point out.
Yeah, put 'em up.
Spectre. Yeah. Andre Moran was that guy was in every single Pink Panther movie as the assistant.
Yes,
director.
absolutely. He sure was.
Good catch.
And
Yes, he
and the guy
was.
that speaks there was in Stanley Kubrick's Clockwork Orange and The Shining.
Oh, wow.
He was a Kubrick.
Yeah, he
was
was
a
the
Kubrick
he was the
protege.
bartender, right?
No, he was the dead previous caretaker.
That's right, the previous caretaker. That's it. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was in a ton of Kubrick used him a lot. But I looked him up on IMDb. He was in 1 million British television shows. So he was just one of those actors who was always working. But yeah, those are two great character actors that were just given small roles here. They weren't even credited, and they're just given numbers.
Yep.
But this is a great scene.
Don't
'Cause
be
this
trying
is-
to pilfer the Spectre vault
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
man.
no.
Don't do that.
Yeah, no. They have a dim
not good for
view
you.
of embezzlement.
This is another thing that, once again, you want to talk about I know we like to say on Toxic Tuesday, this would get you canceled, but the fact that
yes.
Bond went to Patricia and laid the lip lock on her the way that he did. Bro, they probably would have called the fire department nowadays. I wish I was exaggerating.
Yeah.
But it's
I remember
true.
even when I saw this being a little surprised at like just how brazen he was.
Yeah.
You know, like if you want to really sell me on that scene, that was like Sean Connery playing like, I guess you could say like a porno version of James Bond. That would maybe buy it because that seems like almost like a porno script type of thing. Like, hey, come on to me, something like that. Like it would have been some really. And he uses like the right cheesy type of dialogue too, which is, except obviously he's got the good acting and not the bad acting. But I just feel like that's definitely would have been more pull offable or believable, was in that type of realm. Tyrell, that's the name. And then, here's our boy here.
Yeah,
Moving
very
in,
toxic
baby.
here.
Too
Doesn't
healthy
even wait.
for her.
I'm trying to work.
He's
I'm
sliding
professional.
in. He's
Your
going in
tricks
hot.
don't work on me. 20 minutes later.
You never say that as if you mean it.
Never say never again.
Stickers, I
Does
know.
this tell me this doesn't look like it's made for an adult flick?
Right?
Just the way the scene is set up. Tell me it doesn't. There,
No, it
thank you.
does.
So, I'm just like, bro, this is. Seriously, behave yourself, Mr.
Hate
Bond.
yourself, Mr. Bond.
Yep. Only one place to keep you quiet.
Only in a Bond movie would they have a
I'm going to
motorized
strap you
traction.
to a table.
Yeah, this device is pretty
Kinky.
crazy.
Only
Yeah.
in a Bond,
It-
only in a Bond
like a-
film.
I refuse to
a
believe this was
BDSM
actually
nightmare,
a
isn't it?
spa
I was about to say,
device.
as
This is a
Hedley
torture
Lamar would
device.
say,
All right, hey, one
Was
at a
Hedley-
time.
as Hedley Lamar would say, kinky.
Okay, Dash, go ahead and go. Go for it.
Go for what?
Oh, well,
It.
you guys were saying something at the same time.
Oh yeah,
You're saying
sorry. Yeah, I'm saying like there's no way this is an approved exercise massage thing. This is a straight up torture device.
Indeed.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much, yes.
A BDSM
I would
nightmare.
like to have seen her on it.
Yeah, Bond is
Bond should have said, "You go first. You first."
Bond is really getting screwed here. I mean, this
Yeah,
is
he
Well,
is.
not in the biblical sense.
That was good, Mark. He's getting screwed here.
It's a bit of a stretch, this scene, I think, really.
Oh,
Yeah, it looks like he's getting
you know, that would help Handy Randy give a very fierce handy. If like you want to give him like the handy device, this would help him greatly with his speed.
Yeah, see, they're
I'm
the
just
screws
saying.
there. Yeah, and Rob Alta says, "Rack them up."
No safety device on this machine, obviously.
Yeah, it's the '60s.
Yeah,
There's no
right.
shut off. Yeah.
Oh, damn. The quartering, rack him
I
up.
bet he
the
feels
quartering.
great after that.
oh my god, can you imagine the quartering on this thing?
6 inches tall.
He got scratched.
Oh,
Yeah, I know that was
man.
bad. I'm sorry.
No. It was don't. It's good, man. You're good. Remember this.
How did
is
the
Toxic
towel stay
Tuesday.
on during all that?
right? It did loosen up. We could
That
get
nylon's
we could
pretty
got the
stretchable.
Connery dog. We didn't get the Connery dog, but guys, I suppose my silence could have a
So
price.
trash. Talk about blackmail.
Oh yeah.
And this
Can't
scene
believe
was
what she's gotta
considered
do.
very spicy at the time. As soon as you saw the butt against the window,
Oh,
like
yeah.
it was just like. So I guess a bunch of boys, I guess young teenage men going through puberty had their first spider sense tingling. And
I should have put Mads there.
You should
Right.
Should have put Mad there. Yeah, missed opportunity.
See you later, alligator.
But
See-
back scratcher.
Oh,
That's nice.
Oh man,
Hey.
man, this is not nice right here. Oh,
no. You want to talk about Payback being the ultimate like bitch?
broiled
and then
that
some?
guy.
Yes.
Dude.
Yeah,
That guy was
Karma's a
definitely
female
not well
dog.
done. He was definitely. Oh man. Yes.
Where's the staff in
Walt
this
said that
place?
they're
Right?
white.
Guys, this is like, is this place run by a college fraternity or something? What the hell, man?
Probably.
And then the toxicity rises with
This is Domino,
was it Fiona
isn't it?
and her.
Yeah.
I'd like to play dominoes with her. Yeah.
The continuing the Bond tradition of hiring actors and actresses that can't speak English and then have to be dubbed. However, there's a couple of good points about her as an actress.
At least
Couple?
two. Yes.
That stand
I
out?
noticed.
At least two.
Yeah. She may not have been able to speak English, but she kept abreast of the script.
Oh, damn. Oh,
Claudine,
that was really
Claudine
good.
Auger. Yeah.
This poor guy, he didn't
No,
take
hold on,
advantage of his
Claudine-
last moment.
That's not Claudine. Claudine was Domino.
Oh, she's Domino. Yeah.
Yeah, Claudine
Yeah.
was Domino. R.I.P. to Claudine. by
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Shout
lot of
out.
women in this movie. I just rewatched it to prepare.
I'm just trying to figure out
Yeah.
which one's which. Yeah.
That's why you know that Mad Mardigan hates this one more than any of the other ones because of the amount of women that are in it. Mad Mardigan would, yeah, he would definitely he would cancel this movie. He would.
Who's Matt Mardigan?
Oh man, we got. Oh hey, speaking of Mad Mardigan, Handy shaking not Randy. so
Well, yeah, with small hands, it would be usually
Perfect
preferred,
for
I
a
guess,
full
right, for that, yeah.
colonoscopy. So who is that
all made.
actress? If that's not Domino.
This is all a major coincidence. How did Bond and Spectre Agent get put together?
Oh,
in
it's
this place?
Luciana Paluzzi is her name. Okay.
Yeah.
Luciana Paluzzi.
Domino's that character's sister, right?
Yes, that's
Yes,
right.
Yeah.
that is right. The
Yeah.
one who
It was
with
Kim
the
Basinger
ocean
in
incident.
Never Say Never Again.
Yeah, and Never Say Never Again. Yeah.
Yes.
And that was one of her first movies, wasn't it? Kim Basinger.
Well,
Yeah, probably.
I think.
Yeah,
remember?
yeah, I'd say so. Nobody knew who she was. Yeah,
yes.
I see.
absolutely.
Oh, hold up. Sorry. There you go. Back to toxicity.
And this is a cool aircraft too, the Vulcan. I mean, that's
Yeah.
I've
nuclear
actually
bomber.
I've been on a few of those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when I was in the Air Force. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
was that like
not in the
70s?
air, just when they're on the ground. But we got to go in and poke around. You know,
Did
Yeah,
you
I
get
think
an
they
air
use-
handy? Air handy?
air handy.
Yeah. Handy in the air?
I was very handy. I was very handy in the air. Yes, probably.
But it flew. They used it until '85, I think, or something.
Yeah, I've seen
So it
them
was
taking off and landing many times on bases that I worked on. Yeah.
I
Very
That's right.
impressive.
The ultimate bomber is parked not one neighborhood away from me right now. The B-52. It's never been replaced, boys and girls. And they've been flying
guys,
that thing.
older
I
than
need to
most
go
of
for a
its.
walk.
It's older than most of its pilots.
See,
Yes,
the
it is.
The
Did you
ultimate
guys
bomber.
see that accident on Twitter that happened in Texas?
Oh,
with
it's
the-
horrible.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah, that was
Oh, yes.
awful.
That was
It
awful.
was.
It was a shame.
I'd say the ultimate bomber was the Motorhead song, but that's just me.
That was good.
Oh, this is
That
great
was
scene with
good.
Bond here. He just shows you how slick, he's going to make the phone call, but he really knows someone's out there, can't surprise him. And then he uses the phone to kill the guy. That was just a slick,
Yeah.
God damn, this guy's cool.
I like how slick he is, how he plays it off. Like, a bunch of women just come out in their robes, too. He's like, I don't know what's going on. What could be wrong? Type of thing. And,
Oh, and she's
Patricia's
jealous.
just like, she's not having it.
Yeah,
Look at him. Look at that look.
To be honest, she's just had it, Nick. So she,
I know you should say that.
Yeah.
so she is.
She's already jealous.
She's already had it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's already
saying-
jealous.
Oh my
He's
God.
just like, so hold on. Go back to his face. Look at that face. He's like, oh, God.
That is
I
the
gotta
face
go
of
back
the man
over
that's
there.
caught between two at the same
Yeah.
time. Yes.
Yep.
I hate it when
I'd
that happens.
forgotten
Oh,
the.
my.
I'd forgotten
you
to
animal.
use. I'd forgotten to use the Vulcan bombers because I thought this was the rocket that had the nukes on it.
Oh, it's Dr. Evil's spaceship.
Thunderballs.
One that looks
That's
like
the
a-
Thunderballs.
Thunderballs. Yes, Thunderball.
Oh,
what's the
okay,
guy
that-
checking out there? Wait a minute. What's he checking?
He's
what's he
checking out
doing there?
this.
Yes.
Oh.
Now, if
we
I
knew
remember
we'd
correctly, it's
go
the
there.
it's the breathing system that kills everybody in there except him. Right.
This is well done,
He
too.
said
This
it
is
on
We
slick.
watched him
adjusted
put
it.
poison in the air filters.
And he's the
For
only
some
one that's
reason,
got
it
a
doesn't
system
kill him.
that's clean. Yeah.
Well,
I
it
see him
doesn't
hooking
kill
it
him
up now. Yeah.
because the redhead gave him a separate oxygen system
Right.
Yes.
with an oxygen tank.
That's what he's hooking
So
up right now.
he
Yeah.
disconnects from the oxygen system, connects to his tank, and then poisons the oxygen system.
Yeah, and then kills everybody. Yep.
That kills everybody.
That was slick too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. It was very cool.
But
Yeah, so this would be
you
like
knew
stealing
when
a-
you knew when he demanded more than $100,000 that he just signed his own death warrant.
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly.
They might have killed him anyway, though, just to cover up any loose leads. But
That exactly.
yeah, I was thinking both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good thing he just
but
happened to get
that was
stuck.
guaranteed then. Go ahead.
Yeah. But today,
But
this would be
that's-
like stealing a B-1 bomber, or,
Yeah.
stealing a B-50, with nuclear weapons.
I'm just
or-
saying it was very convenient that he got stuck. I mean, like he might have had a better chance of not getting killed if he didn't get stuck in his seat.
That looks like a giant. Johnson.
Bring up the radar.
Hey, Willie. No, sorry.
Oh man.
Classic.
One-eyed
Hey,
monster.
Hey,
I want
Harry.
that boat, though,
Hey,
guys.
Harry, come look
I want
at this
that boat.
dick.
Yeah, that's
Harry,
right.
look at this dick.
Looks like a giant. Johnson.
I
He
want
would have a
that
knife.
boat, fellas. I want it.
Harry,
He
look
would
at
have a knife
Johnson
there,
over
though.
there. Look at that nut. Look at that schlong over there. Oh yeah, that's a dark one. Look at that. Look at that. It's
That's not
flying
an
into
easy
the water,
landing
too.
either in
It's
the
getting
water.
misty and it lands smoothly, even if it's like somewhere in the middle. Oh yeah. Oh,
Nice
man.
miniature work there.
It is very nice. Very Thunderbirds.
That looks great. Yeah. Although that's a kind of crazy plan too, to land on the water. I mean, that's kind of nuts. But
Hey, it worked in Airport 77.
Yeah.
It did, right? Yeah. not
Is
not
it
so
funny
easy.
how
to
he
do.
set
Guy's
those
thing,
guys
he
up to
seems to really
die?
like the water.
He set those guys up to die, only for himself to die.
Yeah.
Nope, he got what he
took him out.
deserved.
Sucks to suck.
But I think he
That's
would have had a
Kind of like
knife.
the Dark
knife
Knight in
there.
a way.
How so?
Well, just okay. So like everyone's killing each other at the bank, and then people who got screwed over also got screwed over by the Joker.
Oh, that's
I
right.
see
Yeah.
what you're saying. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. That's a good point. I agree. Wholeheartedly.
Don't you realize who you're robbing in that scene? Yeah. You can't rob
Yep.
us. We're the mafia. Yeah, we're the mob. Yeah.
The mob always collects. Hey, what's up, DZ Burden? Says, Hail Nick, loving the Bond reviews. Thank you. I just luckily have good guys with me on the show. That's pretty much all that it is.
I love
good guys help on the
these
show.
mini subs they have. Very
Yeah,
cool.
those are really cool.
Yeah, I checked this out. These some of these were invented for this film, like the ones they sat in. But this associated Bond and what are called diver propulsion vehicles forever. And
Yep.
and
Okay.
it basically popularized them. It made them people aware of them. They existed before, but they were usually military secrets, like during World War II with
Frogmen.
sabotage,
Right.
frogmen. Yeah, but this one really put it in the public mind.
Yep.
And so the commercial use of these things, I think, came about mostly because of this movie. Otherwise, it was military. They were generally military before,
That makes sense.
but they are cool.
It's one of the reasons why I love this movie so much. I love anything that happens under the water. I'm a big, I'm a surfer at heart, and I love anything that has to do with the ocean. And the stuff they did in this movie underwater was just the coolest thing in the world to me.
Yeah,
I
I watched,
absolutely agree.
I watch
like you have
Jacques
like
Cousteau a
sea
lot.
creatures all over the place. I was surprised. Like there are so many like animals in this movie. Like just out and about. Like it like towards the end of the movie, like you have like an octopus on a guy's face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people were really
I-
curious at the time about the underwater stuff. I mean, Jacques Cousteau was at the height of his powers at this time, and
I was
you know,
saying,
he was really
I was
conscious.
saying, I watched that.
Yeah,
I
we
watched
used to watch
Jacques
that
Cousteau
show all the
all
time.
the time.
Yeah, I love that.
and when I saw this, when I was younger and I saw this, I was like,
saw
I
this
didn't
when
look
you
at the
were young.
ladies. I wasn't
did
looking at
that?
the ladies as a kid. I was like, uh-oh, that needs Bad's face.
Yeah, it does.
You can thank the lovely Sherry for this one. Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you,
This
Sherry.
is amazing. Thank you.
Make sure to send a copy to Mad.
But yeah, I thought this was so cool as a kid.
And that's why it's my favorite one. It's not because it's the best Bond movie. It's just the one that captured my imagination as a kid was this one.
Okay, that's fair.
Yep.
No, definitely, it's definitely the most ambitious one because obviously you got the whole underwater sequence. You got the most amount of Bond girls. You got Bond doing a lot more crazier things with whether it's with the gadgets or flying on the jetpack, and of course his one-liners are just as great now as they were getting better then. So yeah, it's almost like it's like a greatest hits package.
Mm-hmm.
Assembled into one movie. Like that's basically what they did, and
It's a
obviously
great introduction to the character. If it's like your first one.
Mhm.
If you got into this movie and this is your first Bond, yeah, you could definitely get down with it because it's a lot more to pack in than the Earth 3-2. There's definitely a lot more to pack in because of the exposition. Like you definitely like have to pay attention to what's being said because there's a lot of it, and that's not to say that the movie's a talking festival. There's a good amount, but not to a point where it's like almost like the second act of the Attack of the Clones, where it's just like,
Right.
where's this going to end?
Yeah,
there's
I
a
kind
lot
of
to go
agree.
on here, and
Yeah.
it's easy to
A
miss.
lot of
I think
exposition until you get to the good stuff.
Reg-
That's like it kind of does have a little bit of Attack of the Clones syndrome.
I think
in
Reg,
that way.
you might know that I think that's Silverstone Racing Circuit, apparently, wasn't it? That they filmed on it.
I don't know where they filmed that.
I think it was
I
Silverstone.
didn't
Oh,
I gotta
recognize it.
cry there. Sorry,
it
that-
could
oh,
be.
What a waste
What
of a
are you
bike.
doing?
Oh, sorry, sorry to interrupt, but that's just so painful.
Man.
Yes,
So that's-
it is.
I feel
That's
you.
the, so that's
Yeah.
the motorcycle BSA.
Andy shaking, not Randy. Yes,
All right,
absolutely. I
show
do.
us, Mark.
The BSA
BSA.
Lightning
Black Friday.
Woo!
Yep. for A65. So I have a BSA 441 that I'm trying to restore, but that's BSA stands for British Small Arms, and classic bike. God knows
Well,
how much that's worth.
Isn't that Handy Randy's favourite bike, British Small Arms? I mean, that would be his perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, so you've got a missile launching system. So yeah, of course it wasn't a real missile launching system as they're saying here, but of course it wasn't her riding it; was Bill Ivey was riding it. So just a very cool scene and gorgeous motorcycle, and even more gorgeous lady there riding
I'm telling
it.
you.
But I don't know. I wonder what happened to it. I don't know if anyone knows in the chat. I wonder if they restored it or pulled it out of the water. it's just like
Sure, just leave it there. Yeah.
Ask Bob, what do you do? Travel, fondle women, kill people.
Hey, how come Bond didn't throw his hat onto the? He looked like he was
they
going to
didn't
toss
have
it.
a hat for him.
He looked like he was going to toss it, and then he stopped.
He even looked, and he's just like, "Oh, hey, no hat this time around." I love how they kept that tradition with the hat, the one conversation with Moneypenny, the talk with them, the talk with Q. But this one they realize, oh crap, this is something a bit deeper. Which it is literally deeper because of the water. But yeah, they realize this is a whole other mission, unlike the other movies. My dear Prime.
I love how they put the double O's at a round table like they're the knights of the round table. Very cool.
You don't get to see the other double
This
O's.
is where
No, you don't get to see them.
Which is cool. Yeah.
I don't
Never
believe
showing.
those numbers for a minute. The bombs are numbered 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 7. Britain only had about
$1
4.
million.
They only had 4. It should have been 1, 2, 3, or 4. They only had about 4. There's no way we had 457.
Oh, 70s. You crazy son of a bitch. No, this guy. These guys get all boomering all up until they decided, oh, hey.
Man, the sets in this are just wow. That's oh God, what's that movie
What
where the
is
guy rides Slim Pickens rides the bomb all the way down? That comes
Dr.
straight out-
Strangelove.
Yeah,
Dr.
Dr.
Strangelove.
Strangelove. That looks like it came straight out of that movie, man.
Personally, I think that room's far too small.
Right?
Yeah, if only it was a little bigger, it would be perfect.
Phantom saying that there's a female Bond agent there. Could be. Let's see.
Well,
Go
probably.
back.
Well, isn't there a
She's
female
a
agent
double-
that goes with him?
Yeah, but they had a different designation. They were the double Ds, not the double Os.
Ah, the double T's.
So toxic. So toxic. Let's see.
All
I
right,
don't
let's
see
see.
one. If you're
tell
talking
who's-
about the
Okay.
girl behind them, it's probably a stenographer for the meeting or something.
but
There's
it would
one
be
shot
of
where you
these
see a
chairs.
girl in the background behind Connery, but that's not one of the double O's, I don't think.
Well, this mean
I
saying
don't-
this is a lady or this is a lady third chair. But,
I don't see it.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
the cross-dressing department. Like we've already, the enemy had cross-dressers.
Do you think the guy at the beginning was the only one?
That's right. We had to have our own to respond.
Oh, but yes, it's an arms race of cross dressers.
It's a transgender race.
Handy Randy would be in an arms race, if anyone.
Yeah, right there. That's a female back there, but it looks like she's a stenographer for the meeting or something, taking minutes.
Yeah, see, it's just Andrew just right. It's just a girl holding someone's bag. Yeah, I'm kind of with
Oh,
that there.
yeah, I thought we got him.
You have to have Thunderballs to be a double O.
That's it. Yes.
See Bud
Hence
Martin
the
for
name of
win.
the film.
Woo! Damn, that's good. Oh, D-Bud, that was hilarious. Wow.
I would not want to be the member of staff that had to put that map up on that wall.
I'm telling you. But you know, every time they show one of those maps in these movies, something bad's coming. Every
Yep.
time they show that world map, man.
It means you gotta go far, and it's gonna suck, and you're probably gonna get shot at about 800 times. Yeah, no,
Right.
everything about it's a big red flag anytime they involve a map, and it also means probably that the government's involved too. There's some form of state, federal government is involved with this
Yeah.
shit.
Now see this guy here. Leonard Sachs is the name of the actor that
What
plays
a
the
name.
Air Force guy, and he was a huge star in Britain in the 70s. He was on a show called The Good Old Days, and he was it was like the ringmaster of an old Victorian music hall thing, and they'd have all the acts of the day would come on, but it would be as if it was set in the Victorian era, and they would do their thing. But he was the main guy in that, and it was very popular for a long time. I don't think I've seen him in anything else but that and this movie. He doesn't have a big part.
7 Thunder Thighs for 7 Thunderballs. Oh, you guys are on a roll with these comments. This is great. And Moneypenny does still not get the Bond.
No.
She tries.
Poor Lolly
She
Penny.
tries.
I'll
Love
give
the
her
fact that
an A
M-
for effort.
M always knows what's going on in his office. I'll thank you not to refer to me as the old man.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
And what happened to
He
Bond's
always
hat
knows.
there? His hat's gone. He's like, had a hat.
Oh,
There's no hat up there.
I think I had a hat when I
Now,
came in.
for people
No,
who've
he
seen,
had no hat.
for people who've
Go ahead,
seen
Dash.
more Bond movies than me, like, do you think this is the one where they got the Austin Powers joke with the $1 million and the whole ransom payment thing?
Well, I think it's the first one that has a big amount of money as a ransom.
Right, yeah.
100 million.
And it's the ransoming. Yeah, Spectre's ransoming the governments of the world. Yeah, I would agree with that. This is the one where that joke would come from. The $1 million
Okay.
joke. Yep.
We got an interesting comment here from Phantom Outsider. Thank you, sir. According to the behind the scenes DVD commentary, the third chair was a female 00 agent. Just FYI, marked USC. Well, thank you, fandom.
Really?
Nice.
What
Okay.
what edition was that? I did not know, catch that. I may have missed that. Was it from the 2000s lineup? I know there's a lineup of Bond movies that came out on DVD in the, I think, early to mid 2000s.
Yeah, I had
that's
that
probably
box
the ones
set.
I had. I have that box set too. It's somewhere. I'd have to go digging for it.
I'll go
I
grab
love
mine
that
to show.
box
Yeah.
set. I that's where most of my Bond like stuff comes from. You know, I've seen half the movies at least.
And then
Yeah. Also number 2. Yeah. The but the big thing, and I mentioned this on 70s show last night. His outfit, Austin Powers' outfit, comes from the Lazenby one. When he goes to meet Blofeld at his mansion, he wears a traditional. What are they in Sweden? I think, and he wears a traditional outfit, and it's Austin Powers' costume. Lazenby's wearing it in that movie.
He does wear a kilt as well, Lazenby. At some
Yes, he
point.
does. Yep.
Yeah.
hey, this is another scene that basically led to a porn-like story.
Oh,
no, my boat is broken. Can you ride with me? Let's fuck. Basically,
I have a flat tire on this boat. Can you help me change it?
I got a flat.
No, basically all of this. There's so much like it's just a softcore porno.
Yep.
seriously, this movie is like, it's low-key softcore porn, this movie. Now, Claudine Auger, actually, do you want to know do you guys have any idea how many candidates he, beat out to get this role of Domino?
Yeah.
You want to take a guess? Anyone on the,
100? 100?
More.
More?
Whoa.
Okay. That's a lot of naked women to look at when you're casting.
Right? That's a big casting couch right there,
It's a
boy.
huge casting couch.
That guy was worn out by the time
He
he
was
picked
really
her.
tired by the time they decided.
Oh wow.
Well, okay, so
How many?
over 150.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Wow.
Really.
Wow.
Well,
Well, if you're wondering where the softcore porn thing comes from, these stories got their start in Playboy magazine as short stories by Ian
Okay.
Mhm.
Can I mention
really?
something here about the conch chowder?
That explains a
I-
lot
I
about
had to-
Bond's character.
I had to
Yes.
remind myself that he was not saying cum chowder.
I might as well.
You're getting too much into the porn side of it there, buddy.
Definitely.
I
Really?
swear.
It always surprises
No,
me the
I was
innuendos they get
when I
away
was
with.
rewatching it. I'm like, hold on, there's not clam chowder. Did he say cum chowder? Because he says it like cum chowder.
Apparently,
I'm
that's
just like-
Mad Martigan's favourite meal.
Oh yeah, you still haven't told me who that is.
Oh, Mad Morgan is a guy who used to frequent on here a lot, and he has a channel, Mad Barber Entertainment, and he has like a bit of a persona with his attitude of comedy, and he also has another persona called Handy Randy, and there's no logic to him being handy and being Randy, but it's just a great name that's just naturally, well, it just involves a bunch of great gay jokes, because that's ultimately what Toxic Tuesday has evolved into since Rocky 3.
Or
Yeah.
it's the volleyball scene on the beach in
Top Gun.
Top
Yeah.
Gun.
Yeah. Yes. Like
Which
those
I got.
two
I got
movies-
the Top Gun collector's edition, Top Gun Maverick collector's edition today. Check out my unboxing
They're-
video.
They're
I got
better
this
than
thing. I got the
me.
box, the
Okay.
whole box with everything.
You got the box. There better be an extended version of the football scene at the beach.
I don't know about that, but this is the package.
Show us your package.
Dude,
That's the
that's
package.
awesome.
Ooh.
That's
And
badass.
inside, it's got tons of goodies inside, including both movies. But
Wow.
Including
Nice.
extended volleyball scene.
yeah, that's
Nice.
what's inside
Oh
it.
wow, that is a nice box set. 70.
Yeah, check out my video unboxing it.
Yeah, check out his
Yes.
video. Check out his package.
Yes.
It's-
Alright.
Also on Française. Comes in
Yeah,
Canada.
all I did was pick up the 4K. I feel like a schlemiel now.
I got the full. It's got loads of extras in it. It's really good.
Loads. You
I,
got
I
loads
didn't. I
in
didn't
that
get
package.
I didn't get the box set because I've already got Top Gun. I've already got the first.
It has steelbook versions inside. It's steelbooks. It's all.
Yeah, I still have my Friday the 13th 30th anniversary posters up in my room.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
that box set.
Nice.
I mean,
All right, since we're
is
showing
Raw-
off box sets here,
Oh,
Look
show
out.
off your package.
I'm gonna show off.
Oh
the box-
wow, that's nice.
Ooh.
That's very
Ooh.
nice.
That's a nice box in
that was
your
a nice
hand.
touch. Nice touch.
Oh,
Ooh, I
oh
can
wow.
see it. He's slipping it out of the tip.
Wow.
Inside, it's just the same
man.
package but smaller. And then the same package that's smaller
Oh,
inside.
those are like the DVDs I have. That's so cool. Yeah, like
Yeah, man.
those boxes too.
That's a nice one.
They have all the pamphlets.
Octopushy.
Because I got the Bond
was a
50
nice
set. I think Joe,
collection.
you've got that too, Joe. Haven't you? The Bond
Yeah,
50 set.
The
yeah.
50. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got everything up to Casino Royale.
Mm.
Of course, 70s has boxes, Mary.
Not as much as no, never mind.
Live and let die. Ooh, what a great song.
Yes.
License to kill.
A View to a Kill.
The only
Wow.
Bond theme to ever make it to #1 on the charts in the
The
U.S.
Spy Who Loved Me.
View to a Kill. Yes.
Why did they ban?
150 goes up to Skyfall. One I've
Thunderball.
got. That one.
It goes up to Skyfall. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it does go up to Skyfall. I
Yeah,
forgot. Yeah,
yeah, it
I
does,
said
yeah,
Casino
yeah.
Royale, but
I
they
had to
all blend
check,
together
yeah.
after that. Man. But yeah, Skyfall.
Indeed.
Nice hand.
That's a beautiful
Skyfall was
set,
the
though.
50. Yep,
Isn't that nice?
it is nice. What
I
great
does
entertainment
Wolfen.
this character has been over the years. And
Oh, I know, right?
Goldfinger.
I mean, we all wanted to be him, and the women
So
all
good.
wanted to be with him. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah.
that
Can anybody
you wanna-
think?
I
Anybody
can't
think of
wait to
an
get
older-
AIDS with James
Hang on.
Bond.
Red shirt.
Can anyone think of an older franchise than James Bond? I
That's still
this is the-
going?
whether
It's still
whether
going?
it's going or not.
Well,
I mean, if there's
there-
an older franchise, I'd
well,
love
there
to
were.
know because
It depends what you consider, because
Buck
things like
Rogers,
Charlie
Looney
Chan
Tunes.
had dozens of movies. I mean, that
That's
kind
true.
of thing. Yeah.
that's true.
I'm not
Dracula's
sure we-
been going forever. I mean,
I'm not
yeah,
sure we
Sherlock
consider
Holmes.
it a franchise. But
depends. Yeah, but
I don't mean Dracula. I mean the Charlie Chan stuff, which had a lot of movies. Would they be considered a franchise? I mean, it's hard to say.
well, one production company, the Broccolis, going for this long and still owning it and still doing it. That's got to be some kind of record. It's got to be 60 years now. They've been making these
Yes.
movies.
Well,
So
I don't know. Toho's making a new Godzilla, not connected to MonsterVerse.
did
Yeah, we're
did
forgetting
they make
about
them
that,
back in the
yeah.
60s?
I think they started
Godzilla,
in
yeah.
the 50s.
No,
They
I'm
started-
saying
yeah,
the same
50s.
production company.
started in the 50s.
Oh, yeah,
the same
Toho.
Yeah, Toho. Yeah, Toho's been doing it. Like, they've just been licensing the character to Warner and Lionsgate, or not Lionsgate, whoever. I forget the production company.
Okay.
Yeah, but they licensed the character for the Kong and Godzilla universe.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is definitely in rare air, no doubt.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that
It's
box
a-
set I bought obviously ends with the new Casino Royale, not the comedy. And there's Never Say Never is not in there.
No, not the
No.
the Eon ones. Wouldn't
Those
And
aren't
the,
Broccoli
non-Eons.
movies.
Those aren't,
Yeah.
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 And also the Casino Royale 67 spoof. And the James Bond
Yeah,
made for
that's-
TV movie
That's the 50
in
set
America.
that Joe and I have got.
Ooh.
But
Yeah.
you've got
That's
that,
nice
Joe,
too,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't have that one in here. It's in the bedroom.
Oh.
Or excuse me, it's in the
Blu-ray?
living room.
That's the Bond 50. Yeah.
Yeah, so you got the Blu-ray.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, man.
It
that
goes up to
is
Skyfall.
Skyfall. Yep.
Yeah.
But that
mean,
game he's
book-
playing,
And they're in a book.
that
when
game
you,
he's playing is
kind of like this.
Go ahead.
nice. Ooh, I like that. 70 show off
So
those
they open up
pages.
kind of like this,
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
hard to get.
Oh, it
anywhere.
reminds me of
Thanks.
my Star
For
Wars
England,
2011
James.
set.
Mhm.
It with the way they're all set.
Oops, sorry. Anyway, that's a nice set. Yeah, beautiful set.
You have a
was that,
nice set.
Melissa?
Why? Thank you. Shake it.
This game has become iconic with James Bond. It's Baccarat.
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 It's the craziest game
Named
you
after
can get
Burt
into,
Baccarat.
and you usually have to have a ton of money. They only let whales play this in Las Vegas. You can't get into the
Wales?
room where
What,
they
the
play
entire
Baccarat.
country? What, it has to be a country that plays it? So Wales? And would do they play
Yeah,
it in Scotland?
No, Wales is slang for like people that just have tons and tons of money. Like mostly like people that spend hundreds on mobile gaming.
I know. I just,
He knew that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
it was
oh,
a
sorry.
poor
That's
attempt
why-
at a joke.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm slow.
No, you're
If
good,
if
man.
No, the
seven-
joke was bad. The joke was bad.
70s loves to throw the dad jokes 100 miles an hour at you. You got to be quick on your feet.
Dude, he came with dad jokes. Seriously. Where's your brother in England now? In England. Such a wonderful person. Yeah, dearest, I was gonna say that. I mean, that obviously that's certainly up for debate since they basically
Yeah, I was gonna
undid
mention
their
Doctor Who myself.
continuity.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was also appropriate, so I just kind of stayed out of
Actually,
that one.
Well, actually, Doctor
Who got
Who is as
Richard?
old as I am, and James Bond as a franchise is older because
It
Doctor
is,
No, I
yeah.
believe, was 61 or 62.
62.
63. I thought it was 63.
62.
62.
So it's a
It's
year
60
older
years
than Doctor
old
Who.
this year, buddy. 60 years old this year.
That's crazy, man.
They're both, but that's a good.
They had a big
comparison.
push on Twitter about a month ago when it was released in the fall of 62. And
Yep,
it was
that's
all
a
over
good
Twitter.
comparison. But
Yeah.
No,
I just want to.
sorry, we'd have to disagree with you.
Credit.
I got to disagree with you. First Doctor Who episode, An Earthly Child, wasn't until November 63.
No, I was talking about Bond.
Oh, right. Sorry, I
62,
was talking about
yeah.
Doctor Who. Yeah, Bond is earlier.
But I actually want to give Gareth credit. I mean, Doctor Who was television. James Bond was generally speaking movies. But in their respective media, those two are essentially neck and neck. There's not much between them as far as age.
The one thing
And
is,
I don't know
though,
what's
that
going to happen with Bond after No Time to Die.
one thing
Yeah,
with Bond though is you did have the novels much earlier, so that's part of the
Yes.
franchise. They started way earlier, so
Way earlier,
Doctor
yes.
Who was an original creation for television at that time. So it's a long, it's longer. The movies are only part of the franchise.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
So it's been
Godzilla
going for longer.
68.
right.
Wow.
Yeah,
But like
he looks good though for 68.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Godzilla.
I wonder when the first Bond book came out.
Definitely the 50s, but
I would imagine because he started writing them after World War II, right?
So really, it's a
Yes, he did.
longer franchise than 62.
Yeah.
Okay, am I missing a joke here?
His room is 304. Yeah, I don't know what 304.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the
referencing.
joke is.
Math is hard.
Yeah, math is
I don't
hard.
know.
Well,
And look, there it is on the door.
Hello,
Oh, man.
boom. I like how he goes up to the shower and just the water is either super steaming from being hot or from somehow the cold, but the guy, man,
He just
Yeah.
socks
boy,
him.
Yeah,
he
he took
just
him out.
sucks it. I just like, wow. And
That water came on
imagine-
fast. Usually I have to wait like 5 minutes to get hot water in my place.
Yeah.
That must have been a fancy
Maybe,
day.
this
that, maybe
Felix?
that guy was preparing for Bond
That's
to show up,
Felix.
so he took a
Yeah, that's what I
shower.
thought.
He took a shower while he was waiting for Bond. He's like, oh, it's going to be a while before Bond's here, so I might as well shower. I'll be nice and ready for him.
Oh wow.
and
that
so
shot.
maybe the water was kind of left, he warmed up the water a bit. It was
Oh, it's a
ready to turn back
calculator
on.
thing. So yeah, for those who remember doing rude words on calculators, 3 or 4 is ho upside down.
Oh, yeah, remember.
Remember, we used to love in our calculator. Those of us had calculators when we were kids because there was no computers.
Yes.
You could do boobs and the other words
Oh
like that.
yeah,
on
you could
them.
write all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff on
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's 12.
8008.
So 53 is Casino Royale. So
Rated
there we go.
PG.
Wow, look at how old that calculator is.
Does it say ho? It
Ho.
does say ho.
Oh,
It does.
say ho.
It's hard
I
to see, but it does. Yeah.
Now
do
so
boobs.
That's why 304 is a big deal because it says ho.
8008. 8008.
Wow.
Okay,
Fourth
Dark
movie, and they
Scipio's got
already
one.
knew. They knew.
Universal Monsters are also 90 years old. Dracula and Frankenstein.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering what you're talking about as far as a franchise.
Yeah,
It depends
like-
how you
Dracula's been
determine.
around forever.
Like something that's still like pumping it out, like because like the Universal Monsters, like they tried to reboot it with the Dark Universe. That kind of, I keep hearing rumors they're gonna try and bring it back. Dracula Untold was supposed to lead to something. It didn't go anywhere.
Uh-huh. Well, here's the thing. Like, also, those things have kind of restarted on and off. Whereas Bond has been, granted, it's jumped around as far as the timeline goes, but it's all been a consistent thing going, much like Doctor Who up until Jodie Whittaker. It was one consistent storyline. So, those Dracula movies, I don't think they're all... No, a continuing story.
Oh
if I
no,
remember
they're
correctly.
retellings and remakes and
Yeah,
their own universe.
And a ton of them at that. A ton of them.
Yes.
Well, the
Yeah.
first Mummy movie was 1932, and there's been quite a few since. So I don't know what the definition of a movie franchise is. Whether it counts, whether they have to be the same production company or it doesn't matter. But that's 32 is a long time. That's
Yeah,
long.
it is.
That's been a long time.
Well, and Disney, I hope you're taking notes. Bond has been played by 6 different actors. You don't have to kill characters off. You can just recast them. Really, you can.
Exactly.
Well, thankfully,
If MGM though is just gonna continue to fuck up Bond while we're seeing the gray Q here, then just leave Bond alone. Seriously, I don't want him to get any more butcher than he already has.
But apparently, according to Eon Productions, yes, you
Well,
can kill James Bond off.
my
so-
theory is even if Bond,
right.
like even if they go full like current year, like cashing in on all these like these trends that are just getting more and more outdated as like time passes, yet where Hollywood consistently tries to keep them relevant. I do
Yes.
think we'll get classic toxic James Bond eventually.
Yes.
Who knows? Like it's got to just be at the right time, and who knows? Maybe they'll actually do like maybe he won't be like Thunderball levels of toxic, but he might like be like a getter.
There we go.
We're so mature.
You gotta
Can't
get in the
even
right
see it.
angle.
Can't see it at all.
I
Push it
can't
back
see
a bit.
anything.
Nothing.
Ah, I
Oh, there it
see
is.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. 58,000
My-
and
Good
8.
night. Good
My
night, free speech.
That'll get us some viewers, right?
Right.
If I had
Just
a
put boobs on the screen.
if I had a preferred option for the future of Bond, and they say there's going to be one, it would be to put it back in the 60s. Set it
Yeah.
back in the 60s again.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's what I would prefer to see.
Yeah, then you can do all the gadgets and the
Do it
Cold War
retro.
stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'd like. I don't want a modern Bond necessarily, because then they just introduce modern problems.
Yeah, well, they
Yeah,
said Bond
that's
will
true.
return at
There's
the end of
a-
the last movie, and he gets killed. So
Because they didn't
what,
say James Bond, did they?
what did they say? They said
They
Bond
just
will
said
return.
Bond.
Yep.
So
Like,
it could
did
be
they
Child?
Jane
say double-
Bond or
Well, there was
Or
a
they say
rumor at one time
007
that they
will
were
return.
there was a rumor at one time that they were going to make James Bond like a moniker, and that anybody could be James Bond. They were going to try and go that direction. with
That's
it.
so stupid.
And it
anyone
does
could be
sound
anyone.
pretty dumb. Yeah.
No, 07 is the
seriously.
moniker.
I agree.
Like,
Anyone could
James
be
Bond is
007.
his name.
Right.
But no, only one James Bond. Anyone could be 007, but there's
Right.
only one James Bond, and that's
Who'd we
Why
lose?
can't they just have there be a different 00 number? No, because
It
they
was
know that
red shirt.
007 has the brand recognition. So they want to stick with what's safe because they're
Well,
fucking lazy.
hopefully they scrap that idea because it's lazy. People are onto it. It's like, we don't like, it'll just like, if you just want to do the whole hate marketing stuff and have like, just stir the pot, get all the super hardcore fans angry, and have that be your marketing. Like,
That's what
people are onto this already. Like, people are like, that's why I think, like, I did hear something. I heard a rumor about someone. They're looking at someone for Bond. It was a white actor. I don't know who.
Hang on.
What was it, Aaron Taylor Johnson?
It could be at the end. He wouldn't actually be that bad, and he is British. It does say at the end of No Time to Die, James Bond will return.
Okay.
So
I'd heard
Dearest
rumor that
right here.
the guy that played Bane and Mad Max, I'm having a senior moment. Can't remember the guy's
Tom
name.
Hardy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy's being considered
I
for
can't
it,
see
and
that.
he won't
I
talk
can
about
see
it.
him as James Bond.
He won't talk
No.
about it.
I can't see it, and I see that.
I
with
love
absolute
Tom
respect
Hardy,
to Tom
but
Hardy. I think
yeah.
he's a talented actor.
Miscast.
I'm
But
just
I
telling you
really-
one of the rumors I heard.
But Aaron
Okay.
Taylor Johnson isn't a bad suggestion, I have to say.
My issue with Hardy is he doesn't have that stature. He doesn't feel like he's got that
Finesse.
Bond.
Yeah,
pose.
the
I
charisma,
feel
Yeah, he
like
seems
suave.
more
He does-
brutal, doesn't he?
He's more brutal,
yeah.
yeah.
He's
I
a
don't think he
brawn.
could pull off the gentleman thing.
Where's
yeah.
the suave? Where's the?
That's
I don't
the
see
problem with
suave.
Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig
Yeah.
looks like a boxer to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, he does.
I don't like Daniel Craig's Bond. He's too bland.
And
I
he
wouldn't
was
want to get a
such
fight with the
bitch.
guy.
He's too
but,
mopey.
he's
Oh,
Yeah, that too.
man.
It's emo
But
Bond.
he has pretty
I-
good intros.
I think it
Like
has
that Spectre intro with the tentacles and stuff. Man, it went really Japanese there.
Oh,
I think Michael B. Jordan needs to be Bond.
Well, didn't
I
they
have
have
no problem. I would
I
have no
actually
problem with what
Idris
was the
Elba?
guy they were thinking about doing?
Well,
there for a
Idris
little bit?
Elba would have worked, but I think
Exactly.
he's too old now, I think.
He
I
is
think
too old
10
now.
years ago
Yeah,
that might have
I
worked.
also
But
think he turned it down. He said he doesn't want to do it.
yeah, it's a big commitment.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
Yeah.
didn't they
Making
have
those
the
movies
girl in
for
the
a
last?
decade at least if you sign on to do it.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Wasn't Lashana Lynch? I think they had refilmed it too. Didn't one scene she was
Check that
007?
Mustang out. Oh,
So-
God,
I think she was at the beginning of the movie of No Time to
So
Die.
Then they
Duras-
changed it.
I like
And then
Duris's point
she
here.
gave the number back to James Bond. Is what
Yeah.
she did.
I like
Yeah,
Duris's
there
point
was just
because
confusion because all the marketing for it was like that the movie was going to be about her taking over James Bond, whether or not that's a scrapped idea or not, or it was just bad marketing and just like a lot of these people in the media just like going to the press and just like circle jerking, which they do a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
they just do BS. Like the whole House of the Dragon, like it was a great show, but there was a lot of like weird things being said, like it being about Roe v. Wade before Roe v. Wade was even like
I think
an
they're
issue.
just making a comparison. I don't think it intended to be about Roe v. Wade. I think it was just time.
Yeah, it was just like they just this is thing people are talking about this. Let's anyway, Nick, have you seen House of the Dragon?
I still have not watched anything of Game of Thrones ever, but I do
Oh,
plan
yeah.
on starting House of the Dragon eventually, sometime between
It's a
now
good
and my
starting
death.
point. Like Game of Thrones is a long commitment, and like it doesn't have
Yes.
like the best payoff, like with
So
that
I've
ending.
heard.
But yeah, like stick with House of the Dragon if you can. Early Game of Thrones is like some of the best television like out there. It was really great. It's a real shame that they couldn't stick that landing.
Yeah, I've heard quite a bit of that over the years. Trust me. I mean, I worked at a place. Ooh.
Yeah, that
Ooh.
Mustang.
So I'm a Mustang guy, so I have a 67.
Yeah,
Mustang.
I'm with you on that one, Mark. Big
So this-
time. Hey, 70s, who was that? Dyrus was saying that?
Dyrus, he said that
Yeah.
in the books the numbers don't get reused. Certainly not in the first four. So that means that the fact they've reused the number in No Time to Die because they had that Lashanya, whatever her name was, 007, that's breaking book canon then.
Yeah. which they don't mind doing that.
They
but
don't
yeah.
mind. No, and they've, to be
No, they
honest,
don't
they've
care.
broken canon from the books so many times in
Oh,
Bond.
so
Yeah.
many times.
Sure.
Even the early movies have done that. All
I
the
highly
early movies have done
recommend
that.
the books that were written. I want to say they started in the 80s. They started licensing it for other authors to write. Some of those books are really good, man. The officially licensed Bond books
Yeah.
are really good. They're really good. I'd love to see them
See,
as movies.
Those are tight
like,
shorts there, Mr.
I'll-
Bond. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh,
but
dude, this is where it gets into Mad Mardigan levels of greatness. Because man, Connery knows how to rock himself. He knows how to show up those lights in Mardigan.
Those look like
He knows-
NBA
It's
shorts.
because
of the
Mardigan's
time,
hiding in the
huh?
bush. Mad Mardigan's hiding in the bush at these scenes. He's hiding in
Well, I
the
guess
bush.
that's his bathing suit, right? Yep.
He's like, oh, Connery's wearing my shorts. Ah, whatever. He's wearing my shorts, so that's hot.
And then
that's
the
where he-
Mustang too. Just to say that Mustang, the first model is April '64.
Yeah.
So it's
No.
considered the 64 and a half model. So I'm sure Ford had some kind of deal to get a Mustang in here because the Mustang hadn't really, well, by now it had taken off, I guess, once the
No.
movie came out. But
Mhm.
this would have been one of the first Mustangs. And they had a Mustang too in the previous movie. So that's some marketing going on there. I'm sure some deals.
Yeah,
but
you know, they greased
those
the
cars
wheels.
are new. There,
You know
those
what's up.
cars are new. Yeah.
Some men just don't like to be taken for a ride. But I want to mention this comment from Deersay. He said they do not reuse numbers. When one dies or retires, they get a new agent with a new number. See, I feel like if you're gonna stick to a book quality, historical element, that should be one of them. I think that's something that should stick.
I'll tell you what, though, if you were a new secret agent and they gave you number 989, you'd be thinking, fuck, that's how many have died before me? Shit.
Yeah.
They're gonna get it right with number
990.
991. 991 is the one where they get it right.
If you get a 008, then great, I'm okay. This has been going a long time. I'm going to be good. 989, oh, fuck.
This is one of the best parts of the Bond movies where you get to see how good friends Felix and Bond are, because they're talking smack to each other the whole time in this thing.
And Connery rocks some nice shorts too. Well, he's
Yeah.
all the talking stuff.
Tighty whities.
Really, like seriously, like he's like virgin tight with those shorts on.
Oh, they also have a Matchbox or Hot Wheels car.
Wow.
Look at that, yeah.
Wow.
With the license plate 205.
With the top down, even.
That's a Hot Wheels, and Bond in those shorts is a Hot Legs.
Wear me out.
Wow. I really just heard
70s is
that.
getting.
There's the
bothered
pool.
there.
Check out the sharks, boys.
No.
Yes. Oh, no.
Okay.
We
Someone's
get,
getting
we get some
excited.
real
the
man eaters
sharks.
on the screen, and you throw men up there. What the hell, man?
The sharks, actually, a lot of the sharks that they got for the movies were real. And apparently Connery was in like absolute freak out mode, which kind of rightfully so.
They did
Doing
get
some
into
of
the
scenes.
yeah, they broke
with the
through the
sharks.
plexiglass or something. One of them got through.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's what they say. Yeah.
Oh, Sean Connery would just punch that shark in the nose.
Tight quarters. He's in very
Sean
tight
Connery
quarters.
is a
Like
tight-
You see, the
Hang
shark-
on, you're,
very
you're
close to
confusing
those
Sean
sharks.
for Chuck Norris there, Mark. Okay.
Oh, damn. Mr. Yanni, Mr. Vargas.
Chuck would punch it in the face. Sean would go, "Okay, where's your mom?"
won't it's
talk
funny.
to
Sharks are very unpredictable. They could go berserk at like any time if they just smell blood. Like they're kind of like they can be kind of docile, but then then when they're not, it's the thing about sharks.
Okay.
I found something I can read here. Yeah, so they rented a villa in the Bahamas with the saltwater pool we filled with sharks and used for underwater filming. The smell was horrendous.
Yeah.
This is where Sean Connery came close to being bitten. We had a plexiglass corridor to protect him. That must be that tunnel scene. But I didn't have quite
Right.
enough plexiglass, and one of the sharks got through. He never got out of the pool faster in his life. He was walking on water.
I can imagine. Seriously, that shit has to freak you out, man. Like,
And
I
yeah. totally nuts. Yeah, and then they said when special effects coordinator John Steers provided a supposedly dead shark, it was mostly dead, it was not all dead, to be towed around the pool, the shark,
Mostly dead.
which was still alive, revived at one point. Due to the dangers of the stuntman Bill Cummings demanded an extra fee of 250 pounds, a double for Largo's sidekick Quist, as he was dropped in the pool of the sharks when they kill him. Yeah. So I want another 250 pounds.
Oh wow!
Oh, hey guys, the cum chowder's ready.
They couldn't just kill him like the other guy, I guess, who asked for more money. Yeah.
I got the cum chowder right here, Mr. Bond. And of course, this is where you're like, hey, I know you. You're in my room, bitch. Mr. Bond must have a high opinion of himself. Well, yeah, dude. Of course he does. He's James Bond, bro. Of course he does. But poor lady, Paula has. She's the one who truly suffers, and that's the unfortunate part. Poor Paula. Oh, Paula.
Yeah.
Bostages. Seriously, it sounds like when you listen to the clip of him saying, it sounds like he's saying cum chowder. Go listen to it and tell me otherwise. It almost sounds like he's saying cum chowder. I'm just saying, like, it feels like he is. Tell me otherwise.
That looked
For
like a
real.
huge Marlboro pack in the background there.
It did.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah, how cool
understand
was
this
this
parade
parade?
because I'm like, I see a Superman, I see a pack of cigarettes, I see people with different countries on them, but yet a lot of it's red, white, and blue. Yet there's a bunch of toxicity going on. Like this was like this is the every holiday in a blender party. Like I
telling you.
didn't
Someone's
understand.
Happy Easter. I think there was a sign that said Happy Easter.
Oh my god. That's even crazier. A happy Easter sign? Like, bro. What are you trying to celebrate?
I don't get it.
Yeah, okay, Phantom Outside confirmed it was a Marlboro. But yeah, there it is right there. It was a Marlboro pack.
Okay.
It's like, bro, what are you
It's huge.
doing?
Oh wow!
It's huge.
It is huge.
I saw Mr. Peanut also.
Yeah,
Mr.
there's
Peanut
Mr.
was
Peanut. There's a Superman. Yeah, it's a weird party, man. It is a really weird party.
Well, where is this at? I don't
Um,
remember.
In the Bahamas. This
Bahamas.
movie takes
Bahamas, okay.
Bahamas. Yeah.
Okay.
The planet of Palmyra. And there's a boy here before he's about to get eaten or attempted to get eaten. No, he does some great stealth mode here. I almost feel like, when the Metal Gear games and the Splinter Cell happened, I'm like, they had to have taken a few moves from the Bond playbook. Why did I say blonde? Damn it! I'm
Daniel
fucking
Craig.
with my English.
Yes.
Oh,
James
dude,
Bond.
I'm not gonna go down the Daniel Craig rabbit hole again. That shit
I'm just kidding.
I still haven't recovered from that shit. I still have not, and I'm not forgiving him for co-signing on that shit. He may have just acted and read a script. I get it, but he co-signed.
Yeah,
by
I don't blame
doing
the
it.
actors for a lot of that stuff unless, like, they say something like, I don't know, like Peter Dinklage post season 8 has been like a total jerk.
I've heard that, and that to be fair though, that's a lot of celebrities post Donald Trump as the president. They decided that everyone needs to talk about this stuff, and now they're still stuck in that mode where they just can't let it go. So they just need to keep a boogeyman there just to have a boogeyman. And
Well,
yes,
I mean, it
Edgar
wasn't
Gaber-
anything about Trump. He said it. It's just like, like the whole like thing where he's like, oh, he was attacking Disney because he conflated fantasy dwarves with little people.
Yeah, I saw that. No, I'm not saying it was specific about Trump. It's just that since Donald Trump became the
The whole
president,
virtue
is
signaling culture, like,
everyone-
everyone has to react to everything.
yes,
It's
that's
very
what I was
tiring.
getting at.
Like I honestly, but yeah, I do think some of it's dying down, but I think it could rise up again at any moment, especially with the next election cycle just
I-
around the corner. Yay!
Not to go down that rabbit hole. I think we still got about another decade left. Maybe I'm wrong. It'll be quicker, but I'm just being modest here with it. At Angry Gamer, as far as Daniel Craig goes, I do enjoy Casino Royale. I do. I actually think that was a good flick, cum chowder and all. So
It's the it's the
Quantum
best
of
one with Craig in
Solace.
it. Yeah.
Quantum of Solace.
Definitely.
The only ones that are watchable for me is that one and Skyfall. The other ones they can just dump.
my
I mean,
issue with
it's-
Skyfall is it's a Bourne movie. That's the thing. It's a Bourne, and I love the original Bourne trilogy. Like I thought Identity, Supremacy, and
well,
Ultimatum were all great.
the main draw for me in Skyfall is the bad guy. I mean, the dude is awesome. He's fantastic.
Okay.
I love.
Oh,
the
there's
bad
a
guy
good
in it.
villain there.
Oh, here's the sharks.
Yep.
Yep.
I love his deformity when he takes that friggin' piece of his jaw out and his face is all sunk in. That was cool as hell, man.
These sharks should have had laser beams. It's just
Right?
Yeah, they
ridiculous.
should have
Can I
had
get
laser
some
beams.
sharks with some
Frickin'
frickin'
laser
laser
beams.
beams?
Laser beams.
Totally
We
missed
have
that. They
some very
missed that.
angry sea bass.
Oh, scary.
Oh,
Mm.
baby.
Have
If
you done
Baby
the
Shark's
Austin
on-
Powers movies,
Yard?
Nick?
What about Austin Powers?
Have you done the Austin Powers movies?
For Toxic Tuesday? Not yet.
Dude,
Oh, look at that shark going up the
gotta add
bottom there.
those
Wow.
to the list. They are
Oh,
some of the
it's
most
gonna
toxic
happen.
movies you'll ever see.
It's
Oh
gonna
my
come.
God.
I promise. I promise. The
Do
Austin
not come.
Powers movies will. Oh no, 70s. We always come on this show.
Chowder.
That's
I'm
true.
gonna
We've all
go.
come in this show a few times.
I'm gonna come.
Oh, and that rebreather that Bond's using is just two CO2 canisters.
It
glued
doesn't
together.
work. It wouldn't
Yeah,
Yeah, so
work.
someone they asked how long can you breathe underwater? It's like as long as you can hold your breath. So rebreathers are much
Because
bigger. Of course,
rebreathers
if
have
you're-
got a bag to the air has to go
Sea
somewhere.
bass can be vicious.
Of course, if you're like a Batman fan too, Batman always pulls out the rebreather from his
Yeah, he
utility
does.
I
belt.
like
Looks
when
just
Bond
like
says
that.
here. Say, hey, since you're here, would you mind giving me something to put on? And he just hands her the shoes.
Yes.
Oh no,
Not
that's
where I'm
Nerd Dog.
standing.
He says
Not
not
where I'm
from where
standing.
I'm standing. Yeah.
Yeah.
About the view here.
That was the nicest touch.
shoes.
That is the one of the most toxic things in the movie.
It's
Besides
awesome.
her butt, besides that nurse's butt against the
Yeah,
window.
look at her the shoes. Yeah.
God, I'm trying to think. What were the exact statements that he said about
And he sits
it?
down.
Like,
This guy, man, he has got balls that come in a dump truck. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he should be canceled.
I think he has been.
In a sense, he has been. Yeah. After he died.
Right? They canceled his character. That's for freaking sure.
Oh,
Oh.
yes. Yes.
the Spectre
they
ring.
Did.
Nope. The Spectre ring.
Oh.
Catches at the
He's
cold
going
there.
to. Sorry, did you say he's going to inspect her ring? Is it? I missed that. I wasn't listening.
Oh,
I'm telling you, man, this movie was a softcore. It was.
I want to see her
If-
put her boobs through those arches on the.
What the
do you like wild things, Mr. Bond, James Bond?
what the fuck?
Can you put your boobs through the bed here? What?
through the bed, the headboard.
Yeah,
of
that's
the
not a smooth
Careful,
move,
man.
you
There's
know?
a beverage here.
This bed feels like a cage. All the buzz.
Oh man, I'm having Basic Instinct flashbacks here. Look out! Oh no!
Are you getting your cage rattled?
Parade
Oh
again.
no! Oh man! And the
See,
parade
once
goes on.
again, I don't get this parade. There's like 800 different
It's an
things
endless
going on.
parade. That's for damn sure.
And
Wow.
they keep
Oh,
cutting
yeah,
to
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
For
They
real.
like parades in Bond movies. I mean, look
Yeah.
at
they do.
For Live and Let Die and
Yep.
others. There's always a parade going on.
Yeah,
somewhere.
wasn't there a parade inspector? Also?
Yes,
Yeah.
there's
Yes,
a parade
yes.
inspector. Yep.
Yep.
Man, he just goes where the party goes, man. That's just how
That's
it is. He knows what the party
Well,
is.
there's a
It's like-
party. Look, man, there's a party or a parade every other week in New Orleans, man.
There's a party.
They
going
had
on
parade and live and let die. Hell,
Apparently
the funerals are parades, basically.
Bond seems to have a party going on in his pants the whole time.
Oh damn,
There's a
70s.
party
You
going
you
on.
have you have stolen the show tonight.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Oh.
Vein
so,
titty, Mr. Bond. Vein titty.
D. Bud Martin mentions
Oh, he
Moonraker.
says something. He says some. He owns her right here.
Give
You
me
can
any
get-
pleasure.
Moonraker had a parade. I think I've only seen that movie once. So
That was a hell of
I'll
a
take your word
put-down.
for it.
I hear that's not one of the best.
It is
But I hear
I've
Jaws
only
is
seen
in
the
it.
it.
worst.
I've
Well,
only
this
seen
line
that
here,
movie once.
It's
Oh,
a nice
this
one for
line-
Jaws. Jaws is the best thing about that.
Yeah, Jaws
Kevin
is the best
Smith.
thing in the movie. It is. He
Kevin
gets a
Smith.
girlfriend. Yeah.
He does. And she did have braces.
Really?
Yes, she
All right,
did
so
have
that's the
braces.
question I'm
Yes.
going to say was
Go ahead, Mark.
everyone's got to. No, we should do a poll. Did Dolly have braces? Because when I saw that movie in the movie theater, she had braces. So if you watch the DVD, she has no braces.
She does have braces.
So
You know, I'm pretty sure Bond has done a poll. He's done every other nationality.
Yep.
But I was going crazy with Clobbering Times, and I one of the guys in the chat brought it up, and like, of course, Dolly had braces. It was
We
like
were-
one of the plot points with
Well, we were talking about it yesterday on my show, and that she had braces.
Yeah, she did.
This
Yeah.
isn't a Mandela
So is-
effect. She had them.
So was there a glitch in the Matrix, and like I am the wrong Captain? Where's Captain Finity?
That
I'm
was
in the
the
wrong
whole-
time
That
zone.
was
I
the
mean,
whole reason that he fell in love with her, because she had metal in her mouth like him.
yeah,
Right.
and I saw the metal in the movie theater.
Mandela effect. Oh God. Not another Berenstein. I swear it was Berenstein.
Now, what was the
Bernstein
reasoning
Bears. The
for
Bernstein Bears,
changing the teeth? What was the reasoning again? I think it was.
Well, they're
they
saying
didn't
she
want-
never had braces,
She did.
No,
but
she did.
but I clearly remember the
She did.
braces when I went to see the.
Absolutely, she did.
Yeah, I remember seeing the braces when I went there. So
She had a metal mouth. That's why he was drawn to
That's
her.
why he was drawn to her. Exactly. That's the
Yeah.
whole
Mandela
point.
effect wiki. I gotta check that out.
Of course,
Yeah, the Bernstein Bears
the
you
cans aren't
mentioned,
bad
yeah.
either, but
No,
the
they
Jaws
weren't
was.
bad.
It is proof we're living in a
saying
simulation.
it was a. They're saying it was a just a flash in the film, but
No.
and all my
No.
friends I went to see
No.
it with. So, but
I
yeah,
saw it in
sorry
the
to
cinema,
sidetrack
and
everyone,
she
but that
had
was just that's
braces.
one of the most important
That is
questions
one
of
of,
our
the most
time, I
important
think.
questions in the Bond lore is whether
Yeah.
she had braces or not.
She damn well did.
Yes.
Yeah. Those the boobs kind of help. Maybe I was looking at the no, I saw braces. I wasn't looking at the boobs.
That's. I mean, without
honey,
the
I
braces,
promise
there's
you,
no
I-
point.
Yeah,
Honey,
there's no
I
point
promise
to it,
you,
yeah.
I wasn't looking at her boobs.
Yeah, I was
What
looking
boobs?
at her braces.
What boobs?
Yeah.
Anyway,
if you
so here's this
remember-
line here. James
Yes.
Bond, who only has to make love to a woman. Oh. And she starts to sing heaven, and then she
Just to hear
starts to
heavenly choirs
choirs
singing.
singing. She repents and immediately returns to the side of right and virtue. What a line.
She doesn't
That
necessarily
is
have to
a
repent.
line.
She just has to be exhausted and doesn't have the energy
this
for
one.
anything after that. Yeah, having a feeling.
Everyone has one about having a failure.
Well,
Or
can't
no,
win them
we
all.
can't win them all. We can't win them all.
Nope.
Well, but I'm sure he did get a blow from that failure though. So it
I'm
kinda
sure he
worked
did.
out.
Yes. yes.
And the parade goes on.
He was laid pretty low.
And the parade still goes
Still
on.
going.
No, this is a badass action sequence right here. Him getting
Yeah.
out of the
Yep.
car. Dude,
Yeah,
this
this
is some
was clever
Bond
thinking.
badassery right here. Because he moves, and even though he looks all badass doing it, he still fucks up in a way because of his leg.
And doesn't the guy notice the gun? The guy in the front seat with the gun? I guess not.
It's movies. That's logical.
All he can see is boobs.
Boobs.
Embraces.
Boobs.
Boobs and braces.
Hey. Happy
Oh,
birthday
nice.
to Mr.
Happy
Zenit
birthday.
1992. You had Toxic Tuesday
Yeah,
on your
happy
birthday. And
birthday.
if I recall, I've not seen your name in the comments before. So thank you for speaking out here on the chat. Thank you. Hell yeah, dude. And happy birthday once again. Cheers and beers to you, sir. I might have to go get a glass of whiskey just for that. Seriously. Fucking
So
awesome.
this is a United Nations parade. I guess they're celebrating having graped and pillaged the local population for many years.
In the Bahamas, yeah. Sure, why not? And it's going on still.
The
And
parade
now
is
we're
still
running
going
through
on.
SpongeBob in the background.
Oh man.
Oh, the
SpongeBob
clan
was
are
doing
here
this
too.
parade.
The clan.
there.
The clan are here too.
I think
This
they're
is
supposed to be
somebody.
clergy or something.
This party does not make any fucking
Okay,
sense.
that's the float you want to be on.
All of a sudden, he
Yeah,
jumps
that's
up
the one
on
with all
that
the big-
particular float and
He
starts
does.
singing like
Of
Ferris
course.
Bueller, right? Yes.
Sausage King of Chicago.
Do it.
Hmm.
The Sausage King of Chicago.
Thanksgiving float. It's so weird.
Well, I would like to do Thanksgiving in New York just to see the balloons float and then get the fuck out immediately after. Because they got cool floaties. And I want a floaty.
That's a crazy parade
I'm
to
sure
go
there's
to.
quite a few floaters in that area.
Oops.
I mean, what a
No, this is where they actually
that's
you can
the
hear,
look.
you can hear a bit of the song.
That frame.
As we were talking about yesterday, you can hear a little bit of the song "Mr. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang" by Dionne Warwick, which was
Really?
meant to be the theme
Okay.
originally.
Ah.
It's all,
That
you can hear it a
shot
little
right
bit in
there.
this. Yeah.
Go,
'Cause
hold
it's
on,
got
go
the
back
Kiss
that
Kiss
shot, Mark.
What do you mean you sent the women home? What's wrong with
This is
you?
when he realizes she was actually a man.
The women.
How much for the women?
Been
Some
loving
of
these
these
streams
freeze
for a couple
frames.
months
Been
now.
loving these
Keep on
streams.
sucking balls.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Mr. Zenon. Pleasure to meet you. I appreciate
Someone's got
that.
Someone's got to clip this and put someone else's face on there.
You know, don't you know?
Oh, it
And
says
of course,
Kiss
he
on
goes to a
there.
place
Well, it's
called
the Kiss Kiss Club.
Kiss Club. Oh,
Which
there
is
we
why
go.
the song was Mr.
Yep.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. That they were going to use as the theme and dropped it in favour of Tom Jones's Thunderballs.
Kiss was already in the 60s. Wow, I didn't know they formed in the 60s.
Right?
No, it was Dionne Warwick.
Right? You
Dionne
got
Warwick,
SpongeBob
not
and you
Kiss.
got Kiss.
Although Dionne Warwick could have been in Kiss. I mean, how would we know?
That's true.
They all wear
true.
masks.
And they're on their 800th retirement.
They're all wearing
tour,
white
so-
face. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, they're all
white
wearing
face.
cum face from the chowder, so makes sense.
I'm never gonna be able to eat clam chowder again.
Right? You have ruined clam chowder for all of us.
Cum chowder.
I'm gonna have to stick to those clam candy canes that
Right?
Sir
Something.
talks a lot.
Clam on a stick.
Posted on
Oh,
Twitter.
dude, what's-
Anything but
What
liquid.
Talks a Lot sent me was ridiculous. That was just uncalled for. It was unprecedented. And I'm like, dude, this is so fucking wrong. Why did you do this to my life with this shit? Shout out to Sir Talks a Lot, but that was fucking nasty.
Clam candy canes. Who thought of that?
Wow. She's trying to kill him now and she's jealous.
I love this scene because he's all like, but I love a dance. You know, he's all like, I love my dance type of thing. But it's the line he says after the incident happens.
Do you come here often?
laughed. No. It's just, it's one of those lines where I've heard it so often. And when I still hear it, I still laugh my ass off to this very damn day because it happens right after you have a tense moment building, because obviously you see she's trying to set him up, but he's trying to also set her up as well. And obviously, being Bond, being the cool badass that he is, he has to think fast, look quick, and he sees the gun and he takes the moment. And obviously, talk about a way to play it off at a big gathering,
Right.
because that's not something anyone could pull off. Most guys would probably just drop the body, and then for you know what, everyone would freak out about, hey, there's a dead girl on the floor type of thing. So for me, I always appreciated the scene for that. He knew how to handle it. But what's even better than his handling of playing the scene off, it's what he says to the people at the table when he puts her body down.
Oh
He said,
yeah,
do you mind my
That's a
friend
good
sits this
quip.
one out? She's just dead.
She's just dead.
She's dead on her feet.
Too good.
Who
Right
shot
there.
that gun? Who had the gun there?
Nameless henchman.
Nameless
Yeah,
henchman.
one henchman did. But seriously,
Okay.
what a great line. One of my friends
She's
sits
just
with now,
dead.
she's just dead. It kind of reminds me of that line in was it Commando? It was like he's dead tired.
Dead
It
tired.
reminded me of that. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
So good. Oh, hey, speaking of Anderson, yeah, there you go. She's just
There you go.
yeah. That's literally what I thought about. That's what comes to mind. It's so freaking funny. Oh damn. Bring them blood buddy, let them see us. This dude's a dark man. Dead like Randy's love life. Yeah, oh yeah. Handy Randy doesn't have a love life. He's just got his right hand and he cheats on it with his left hand. That's his love life. Right.
Here they are looking for it again.
Oh, there's them shocks.
The shocks.
Alright, I'm gonna go get a glass. I'll be right back, dudes. Carry
All
this.
A glass
Nice.
what?
Some kind of alcohol, right?
He's going to get alcohol. You can tell. He's in one of those moods.
What kind of trick
Yeah.
is that? That's
He's
just
got a boat inside that device.
yeah.
No, he's
Was it
just-
glass bottom.
He's got
Yeah,
a boat inside that bucket. That's incredible.
No, he's just sticking that in there so he can look down without the waves. That's all he's doing.
Yeah, you
A
see
great
that-
white.
These sharks. There's so many sharks in this movie.
Yeah, there are. There's a lot of them. Thank God
not
there's no
going in there.
tornadoes at the same time, huh?
Oh, we're CGI. CGI sharks.
Good.
Yeah,
I like
found
those
it.
movies. I think they're pretty good.
I've only seen the first one.
I have never seen a Sharknado movie.
Oh, they're
as
hilarious.
soon as I heard the title, I was like, "Oh my God!"
and
you've
lots
gotta
of
be
boobs
kidding me.
too. But I've actually the what's the guy's name? Ian
Zierling,
Ziering. I've met him at a con, and he was a really nice guy.
Yeah.
really, really nice
Beverly
guy.
Hills. Yeah,
Yeah,
Not
he's a
up
great
to one
guy.
of- yeah.
Spent
That's a big
couple-
shark there. God.
I spent quite a while talking to him. He's a good guy.
Isn't Tyra Reid in those
Tara
movies? too?
Reid, yeah. I think they're good fun. Lots of fun.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they are. I just,
You know what you're getting.
I know
You know,
exactly
yeah.
what I'm getting, and it's just I haven't been in the mood to watch it yet. And look,
Yeah.
my wife has to be watching something with some modicum of intelligence. I mean, she'd never watch anything like Dumb and Dumber or The Naked Gun or any airplane.
Dumb and
none
Dumber
of
is
that.
highly intelligent.
What you understand what I'm saying though? She,
I
she
love
likes
stupid
she likes
movies.
stuff like I guess her favorite comedy. One of them is The Birdcage with Robin
Oh,
Williams
yeah,
and Nathan
yeah.
Lane. Yeah, she likes
Yeah,
stuff
it's
like
like-
that. Situation
Yeah, neither
comedies.
my mother or my sister can watch anything science fiction or fantasy because they just don't. I don't know. They don't like anything that's too out there.
Yeah.
Like
Hey, stunt Brett.
Oh man, here you go. We're under the water with chicks. Oh,
This is where the stunt
Oh,
breasts,
see?
stunt breasts come in.
and they thought Jessica Alba was the first one to do this. No, it's been done, guys.
What was that movie?
oh, the
with-
thing
that
with the
was,
water.
that was
the
the
bubbles.
movie with the guy from the Cars.
I know.
Oh, Walker,
Yeah,
Walker,
but-
Into the Blue. Yeah,
Yeah, Into the Blue, and then
Great
and the
movie.
girl that was Batgirl, on the TV show that only
Yeah.
lasted one season.
Yep.
She was pretty cute too. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Some good-looking girls in that movie. Yeah, I'm a beach bum at heart, guys. I love this stuff. It's great.
I think my wife got
Yeah,
mad when
I love
we went
the
to that
tropic
movie.
stuff in this movie. Like the whole tropic stuff is like really good.
But it's the spear guns and the snorkel masks and all that stuff I'm into, man. I
For
dig
a
it.
second,
Yeah.
I thought you
And
said
the girls
I'm
in
a board-
bikinis. What's up?
I thought you said I'm a
Yeah.
board boner at the beach. I'm like, what the fuck is Joe talking about being a board boner at the beach?
That's
I don't understand that shit.
my God. My
Phantom,
God.
doesn't anyone knock around here anymore? He was
Right.
asking about BBKs. Yeah.
What the hell? Oh my God, yeah.
Oh,
The ultimate bikini scene right there.
But I think
The
I went
Cars
to,
music playing in the background. Oh,
I went to Deep Blue like with my wife and another. we were
This is
like, we're
another
gonna go
great
see a
Bond
movie,
moment. Dude,
and she
this
got
is-
so
Really?
mad.
wow. I
This-
guess, huh?
I love that. This is another great. Hey, shit's about to happen, and then shit does happen, but not the shit that you expect to be the shit. And
Shit,
then
dude.
he takes care of business right away because he's Bond. And he's cool like that.
Yeah, man.
You would think he doesn't know that this guy is there, but it's like, bro, I fucking know what you're doing, and you're not gonna get that shit on me, man. So fuck right off. And he kills his ass like the bitch that he is with his weird ass haircut.
Yeah. Check the old school Ray Bans, dude. They're awesome.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I was looking at something else, but
Yeah, right.
I was looking at
Little
that camera.
distracted.
Look how amazing that camera is.
I really like the trees. I'm a big fan of the trees in this scene. For me, it's all about the trees.
They're back to
and the
Doctor
sand.
No. Sorry, are we watching Doctor No again? Because
Check this fool out,
I've been
man.
here before.
You know-
It's very similar.
He's a good shot with a spear gun. I tell you what.
That's what I mean. It's a badass scene.
I think
I think he got the
I think
point.
he got the point.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that girl's
Yeah,
fine.
this is where
Good Lord.
Schwarzenegger stole all his one-liners.
Yeah.
Eric K, get some rest, dude. I know you've had on and off issues with back, so good luck, my friend. And I cannot wait till the day that we cross paths again, because we will have pizza, and it will be 800 sorts of huge. I promise.
take care, Kay.
Seriously.
Feel better.
Take care, Eric.
Yeah, feel better, man.
Yeah, feel better,
Thank
man.
you for being here. But promise me one thing. You'll kill Lago for me no matter what happens. And he just fucking lays a smackdown smooch right on her. I love it. It's
You
just
know
like,
what, man?
oh, I'll do it. But I gotta
was
get
tough
a
to-
big old fudge. Dude, look at that. Oh, man. That's a shot right there.
You know, it's tough to track all the different women characters in this film after a while.
There's a bunch of Bond chicks in this movie, man.
There's
Yeah.
Paula,
Wow.
Yep.
the one who died early on. There's Fiona, the red hair. There was Patricia, the blonde hair that he banged at the spa. There was Domino, who was the main, basically the main girl overall.
Yeah, she's the main one. Yeah.
Yeah, even
Oh.
if she's not in the movie that much.
Yeah. Eric, yes, we do need to go to that place in Vegas. Dude, seriously, that place is gargantuan. Like, it's so huge. Like, you guys don't even know.
I often thought there's, not realizing the Italian, what this name of this boat meant in Italian. I thought, what a stupid name for a boat, the Disco Volante. Well, he's got a big mirror ball and they're always dancing. You know. I didn't realize it was Italian for flying saucer. You know, I honestly thought, Disco, what a stupid name for a boat. You know,
Well, it's like our boat was named Vol au Vent, which is flying on the wind, but it's also the name of a French pastry. So I teased
is
my
a
dad,
vol au vent, yeah.
Why'd you name your boat after a pastry?
After a
But
pastry. Well, it
All I
floats.
know is I want that boat. It's got a great
Yeah.
escape pod in it. Very cool.
but
I
so I always
decided
used
a
to
long
play.
time ago, if I ever owned a boat, it would be called the Chapter 11.
That's right.
It's the only thing that makes sense for a boat name.
That's right. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, 70s, you'd like it. Though. I always played "Riding on the Wind" on the sailboat, so that was always my favorite
Nice.
sailing song.
Nice.
I always love that boat, dude. That thing is awesome.
Okay,
Oh.
I'm coming. This is where I'm coming to the defense of this scene because I strongly disagree with any type of this scene was too long. This to me was supposed to be the big Bond movie at the time, the one that was supposed to be mega large and huge. And for me, having this big battle needed to happen, and they had like over 60 swimmers for it too.
I just think the dialogue
the
is
whole thing
terrible
is
in these
epic.
scenes.
The dialogue terrible. Oh, man.
Damn it, 70s.
Dude.
Like everything
Honestly,
that
I don't
happened
understand
made
a
this
word
movie.
they're saying.
Well, the thing I dig about it, guys, is I think this is the first. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. This is the fourth Bond movie, and they really
Yes.
hadn't had one army versus another army. It was him against the bad guys.
Yes,
He was usually
always.
by himself. And in this one, the Americans are backing him up with scuba divers, and they go up against Largo's troops in a big battle royale. And every Bond movie that's got that in it. I mean, one of my favorite Bond movies ever is the first one I saw in the theater, and it's because of the big shootout inside the ship when they're trying to get the subs back in The Spy Who Loved Me. I think that is one of the greatest pieces of film ever made.
One of the biggest sets ever made in history.
my
That
God,
in
it's
Pinewood,
awesome.
huge set.
Yes, and he's leading the troops. What a lot of people forget about James Bond is he is a commander in the Royal Navy.
That's right.
Yes.
And so I love anything that has to do with him leading troops and stuff like that. I think it's cool. Yeah.
Well, this movie was the one where they pulled out all the stops. You have more gadgets, more stuff, more his little pony tank that he's supposed to be able to use.
Right.
And then you have these. They invented those props for the guys to ride underwater.
Yep.
They were made for the movie. They weren't purchased or they weren't commercial vehicles you could buy. They actually created those. So this movie really pulled out the stops, and this is the one, as far as I'm concerned, that set the tone for what a James Bond movie's got to be able to do. This is where it became
That's
the
the
blockbuster.
formula, yeah.
Oh, I absolutely
Yes.
agree.
They started the formula in Goldfinger, really. They started, with the opening kind of thing, and they had the memorable henchman. I mean, it was a hitman in From Russia with Love, but you had the bad guy and he had a henchman that was damn near unstoppable in Odd Job, right? And but this, you're right. This one took it to a whole different level. It really did.
Even to this day, with adjusted inflation, it's still one of the highest grossing movies if you adjust it for inflation. Because obviously, if you unadjust it, it's not. But even then, it's still one of the biggest movies. But no, adjusted for inflation, it is in the top 1 or 2 actually.
Wow. Of the Bond
movies.
series.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Of the
That
franchise.
makes me happy.
I will dig up the receipts actually on that. Let me dig that shit up and we will prove that.
I believe you, Nick.
They said
I can believe it. I mean, it was a popular movie. My dad was all about it. That's for sure. It was his favorite one too. And he followed it all the way through the Playboy days and the books and stuff,
There were no other movies doing the stuff that was being done in this movie that you could see.
Oh yeah, it's an
At that
original.
time.
The closest thing to this would have been basically a World War II film,
right?
And it didn't have the all of the rest of the stuff that you get with a James Bond movie. You had the battle. You had main characters, but you didn't have the suave, wisecracking guy, and this was. You're right. This was something nobody had seen before.
Yep.
Yep.
And
You still got
still
got the GIF I made last week.
Oh yeah, we'll show that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other thing I want to say too was that Connery. This has also led to him, towards the end of not wanting to play Bond. He said he was so the movies got so popular. He was followed around NASA all the time, and he wouldn't give interviews. I think the only interview he did was for Playboy, remembering what I read.
It basically forced him into being a hermit. And
he didn't want to deal with the like some people like that attention, and some people don't. And I can't imagine. It must be kind of horrific not being able to go, to your local pizza place and grab a slice. But
right.
That's part of the price of fame. And I always tell the story about Paul Newman. When people always bug him for autographs. So someone asked him, well, why don't you sign autographs anymore, Mr. Newman? So he told the story. He was in the stall, in the urinal, and the guy comes up next to him. They're both peeing. And he says, Mr. Newman, can I have your autograph? And he's like, can't you see if my hand's full right now?
Right.
He's like, you can't even take a pee without someone bothering you. So
how many more Bond films did Connery do after this one?
2.
He did 2 more. He did the next.
You Only Live Twice.
He did You Only Live Twice, and then Lazenby.
Diamonds.
He had given it up,
Diamonds
and
Are Forever.
Lazenby did on Her
one
Majesty's
movie.
Secret Service, and
Yes.
that one kind of tanked at the box office, so they paid Sean a whole shit pot full of money to come back and do Diamonds Are
One
Forever.
last time.
Yeah, like wasn't it like
Yeah.
$20 million in
It was
today's
a
money or
huge
something
amount of
like,
money
yeah.
that they
Yeah.
paid him to come back and do it because they figured he was the reason why they didn't make any money with the other one.
With
And then they
Lazenby.
did Live and Let Die with Moore, which is
Yeah,
one of the
they
all-time great
switched with
movies.
Moore.
Yeah.
He was the next tentpole Bond. Yeah.
Even though he's only 3 years older, actually, than almost 3 years older than Connery.
Yeah.
Moore had already had it advanced.
Love
stage,
the
and
rocket
he did the
pack.
most amount
That
of
was
movies.
badass. He goes flying right
Yeah.
through this fight scene. It is so awesome. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like a freaking 2-year-old.
Dude,
I
get
love it.
excited. Get
Freaking
excited.
awesome.
It's a great.
The only thing,
I
there's
love this
no
scene.
one-liners in this fight scene. That's the problem.
No,
right? 70s.
no.
Hey,
No,
this fight's a
70s
little
is
bit on
right.
The
The
quiet
dialogue's hard to
side.
understand in this scene. Yeah.
Hey, it's a little on the quiet side, but it's all about the action on this one.
But yeah, and it's vicious. These guys are cutting people's
That's what
hoses.
mean.
I mean, that's a
They're-
death sentence at that level.
Dude, they're stabbing the
underwater.
shit out of each other. They
Yeah,
got their
it's
little
crazy,
human
man.
harpoons.
It's love it.
They're
Absolutely
freaking-
love it.
They're fucking forking each other. And
Yep.
Fork and
I'm
scissors.
serious.
Fork and scissor.
And
And like
like
you guys were-
all the wildlife is just like,
Now look
what
at
is
this.
going on?
Cutting that guy's air hose. You're dead. You are toast. You are not going to make it to the surface. And you see some of them trying to get to the surface, and they can't
Yeah.
make it. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
And
Love
as you
it.
guys were saying, this all this gear is brand new tech. So Void actually gave a lot of the gear so you could see their logo in the movie. And the
This
Aqualung is
battle is
new.
insane.
Yep.
So this was like high tech, state of the art
Yes.
stuff, and then to see a fight scene with all these guys. I was too young, wasn't around to see this when it first came out. But I can imagine like how cool and imagine how difficult it was to film this scene too, because this is all new tech too.
Yeah, it took them a
Yeah.
very
Scuba
long
gear.
time to fill this. It took them a very
Yeah.
long time to do this.
And it's
scene.
dangerous too. I mean, you can't. You're underwater. You
Oh
can't
God,
screw
man!
around.
Have you
I
heard
mean,
the stories of
Yeah.
the guys that played in the movie The Abyss that James Cameron made?
Yes.
Some of them still are go to therapy over that
It
damn
was
movie.
horrible. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the
Oh,
guy
I mean-
is just being in those suits and just being trapped
Well,
down there.
and a lot of the tech, kind of like this movie, a lot of the tech was developed just for that film. And God, Ed Harris, I don't think he ever wants to make a Cameron movie again because, when they showed him drinking liquid oxygen,
Oh, yeah.
breathing it, that was water. There's no such
Oh, my
thing as
God.
breathable fucking oxygen. in
Well,
water.
there's a theory. There's a
no,
theory.
no,
but-
they actually have. This is real. They've
Mm-hmm.
experimented. The Army experimented with breathable oxygenated water.
Mm.
The problem was that you are drowning when
Yeah.
you inhale it.
It's hard to overcome
The
that.
trauma of that is horrendous, and it hurts
Yeah.
like hell. I knew somebody who drowned twice, and then was resuscitated. And they were very emphatic that drowning is not a nice way to go. It
No.
hurts. So yes, even if you know that the water that you're inhaling is going to oxygenate your body and you're going to be able to breathe it,
Yeah.
it's not pleasant to make the
It's the crap.
transition.
But I
Trying to
don't
get out of
think
the
they
way.
had that in that movie. I'm pretty sure that was
They
water.
wouldn't have had it then, that's for sure.
But yeah,
that movie's similar to this. The thing is, those face masks you were talking about, those full face masks,
right,
those were
He
invented
wanted
for that
that so
movie,
they could
and they are now
emote.
used by commercial divers.
right.
That was invented for the movie.
Yeah, they were.
Wow.
Was
Yes,
invented
absolutely.
for the movie,
He wanted
and then
you to be
adapted
able to
for.
see the emotion
Yeah.
on the actors' faces. Yep.
And what did they use before? Just like swim,
This?
like small swim goggles, or
They use this,
Yeah.
but the difference is that a diver
Of the
can't
eel.
communicate with the surface in scuba gear. The full face mask allowed scuba divers, meaning untethered divers, to communicate with the
There's
surface.
the octopus.
Yep. There he is.
There's the
oh, you're
octopus.
talking about in the abyss? You're talking the abyss? You're talking about, or
In the abyss, yeah.
Yeah.
in the
They
abyss.
invented
Okay,
that
yeah,
for the
yeah.
movie, and then it became a commercial item.
Oh, okay,
So,
yeah. No, I
they-
thought you
they-
meant.
they-
I thought you meant these face masks here. No, yeah, the full. Yeah,
No,
you're
these
talking
were
the full,
not. These were commercial.
Yeah, the
These were
full, the
regular
one that covers
commercial.
your
The
whole
things
face.
in this that were invented were those vehicles they had. Those were custom made for the film.
Yeah, there's Void again too. Yep. sporting goods
Innovation through
company hit.
filmmaking, huh? Wow.
I also
Amazing.
find it very difficult to tell who were the good guys and the bad guys.
Well, the bad guys are wearing black, and the
Bad
good
guys are in
wearing
black.
orange.
70s.
Well,
What
yeah,
if there were people infiltrating each side?
Well, then they're
Pretending.
screwed.
Screwed.
That's just fuck.
Well, Bond
Then they'd be
kind
in
of
trouble.
did. He wore black at one point.
Exactly.
Soul Assassin
You got the
Culture
full-
will be on in a few weeks for Diamonds Are Forever. Him and the Culture boss, he will be on too.
Cool.
So that's gonna be fun. And yes, he will be back for Toxic Tuesday. So I'm very grateful he'll be coming out for a full show with the boss for that one. So even though it's not scuba,
And it's
Oh,
lunchtime for the
Mrs.
Sharks,
Casino.
boys and girls. Yes.
these sharks seemed really nice though. Seriously,
And
they seemed
and
well.
and this is
All
10
they
years
just were was
before Jaws
hungry.
came out too.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were
Yes.
just hungry. All they wanted was some blood, and they wouldn't give it to them. So they're like, "Bro, come on, just give me some blood, and we'll be all good here. You guys can go about your day." But nope, they had to cause a fight. All the other animals look like, "Bro, who are these guys coming to our territory, getting a fight on our land over knives and harpoons and shit? They're forking each other, weird bastards."
Uh-oh. Now it's the
Oh,
mono
that's
a
a
mono
Face
fight.
mask, yeah.
Largo's
mono-
such a
mono.
Largo's a bitch, man. I'll
Yeah,
tell
he
you
is. He
that.
He
constantly.
didn't fight Bond when he had the chance.
Oh,
Yeah,
'cause
how did
Largo-
how,
you-
sorry, how did Bond clear out that face mask? It's filled with water there. Just saying, but
He's James
He's
Bond.
James Bond.
He's like Batman.
Actually, Den Culture would probably answer this faster than I could. If you tilt the bottom of the mask away from your face and keep the top of the mask attached to your face and exhale through your nose, the air displaces the water. I've done it. The problem is
cool.
if you don't have a scuba tank or an air supply, you're now out of air and have
Out
to
of
go to
air.
the surface.
Screwed.
yeah.
But if you
But he's
have,
James
but you
You
Bond.
can
have-
see that you're dying then.
if you have a regulator and you have a scuba tank, you can clear your mask.
Yeah,
no
yeah,
problem.
that's what you
just,
do.
You just tip it away and breathe
You
out.
do that.
But he's got no
and the
tank
water
there,
just
yeah.
gets pushed out of the mask.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. He's got that little one in his mouth.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, the 4-minute air supply that lasts for 10 minutes.
Oh man.
They should have air
He
supply
was
right
even
of
smarter
smarter
than
than
he knew.
movie.
He's in his bondage outfit though.
Yes, I love it.
He's in his
The
This is
escape
cool.
pod.
bondage outfit.
See ya.
I get
The
it.
hydrofoil.
Bondage.
Out of here, bro. Man, I
But
need
I
that
gotta
rope.
say, hanging on to the leg of a hydrofoil as the boat comes up to speed, calling bullshit on that one.
Right? Yeah, you're gonna get wrecked.
Hey, come on.
You're
If,
like
just-
being
Arnold
drugged
you're gonna
behind
Schwarzenegger
get
a
could
wiped
jump
off
out
of
of
that.
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger could jump out of an airplane taking off. James Bond can do the same thing in a hydrofoil, right?
All right.
Okay,
Yeah, right.
so this is not an official thing, but this is something I dug from a website
Boom.
just right now on adjusted for inflation. I don't know when this article was posted, but if this was adjusted for inflation,
It's number
Thunderball
one.
would be the highest movie today.
Isn't that
Wow.
interesting?
1.3 billion worldwide with a 673
Isn't
domestic
that
gross.
interesting?
And Goldfinger, which is actually my favorite Connery Bond, would be second. With Skyfall still fairly high, there's no denying that.
What's at the
Of course,
bottom
think
then?
of the population size and the number of movie theaters too. So that's a
And-
big
and that-
advantage.
You got to also think too. They used to do 24-hour showings, but at the same time, tickets were a lot cheaper.
Yeah, they
whereas
were.
nowadays, you have tickets that
Yeah.
are a whole lot more expensive. Yeah, it's really hard to tell. Also, you have to consider
Yeah.
the option too. Where movies? When did VHS come out? Not until 70s.
It was the late 70s because I remember
So
when
you have to consider that you either saw this movie in theaters or that was it.
First one
That
I
was
had was
it.
in '82. It was the first VHS I bought.
It was out in the 70s.
They
but it
had
was
been out
super
earlier than
expensive.
that. I actually had a Philips V2000 first before I had a
my
VHS.
dad had one of those old ass top loading tank versions.
Yeah.
I mean, it was freaking huge. This thing was, And I know one of the first
Wow.
movies we got on it was Smokey and the Bandit. I remember
Homemakers,
me
actually.
and my brother watched Smokey and the Bandit over and over again, and we watched The Sons of Katie Elder was another one we watched a bunch.
The movies are
Gareth-
expensive. They were like $80
Gareth-
each.
Oh yeah, they were
First-
expensive as hell. They were like 80.
Oh, yeah.
First
they were a lot of
VHS
money.
I rented was The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
If we could find access to that type of information, I would love to know. I don't know how that could be defined, but yeah, I would love to have access to that because tickets sold is something to consider. But let's look at Moonraker is the biggest Roger Moore one.
Oh no,
That's
I
a huge
thought
hit, yeah.
no, I thought there was one further up, wasn't there? Another Roger Moore. You only lived. Oh no, that's Bond.
No, that's
sorry, it's
Connery,
Connery.
dude.
Sorry, I
Yeah,
thought I was
that's
thinking of. Yeah, no, I was thinking about the Roger Moore.
You're a good man.
Never mind.
Well, it's like
You're
Gone
good.
with the Wind is, I think, the all-time adjusted for inflation, and also, it's like most of the people in the country saw the movie when it came out.
I think I was thinking of The Spy Who Loved Me for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So
Good
Moonraker was the
Samaritan right
biggest.
here.
No.
Hmm.
I love
Dangerous
our
stunt
Bond.
too. Good.
Dude, look at those white shorts under that swimsuit. That's gotta be uncomfortable.
Well, splendid.
What are you looking at here?
Oh.
The shorts here? It's too short, Nick.
I'm just saying, Bond shorts mixed with the swimsuit that Bond was wearing. He was wearing a swim outfit and he had shorts on with it too. I'm just saying, imagine walking around on set with that outfit. It's gotta be really awkward.
You should never let the guy with the eye patch drive. He can't see properly. He's just going to go around in a circle.
The first VHSs that were released in the U.S. were RCA's in August of 1977.
Quite far back then, yeah.
The first ones, period, on Earth were in 1976 in Japan.
Oh wow.
I know people. I mean, I had a relative that had a Betamax in the late 70s.
Beta.
And
Dude.
I had a Philips V2000 once, which was a different.
I had both
version.
when I was in the Army on Johnson Island, and I used to rent VHS
Island?
tapes. Yeah, Johnston Island.
What'd you watch on Johnson
Is that
Island?
Giant Johnson? Johnson.
I'll bet I know
That
what you
looks
had
like a
for
giant
dinner.
Johnson.
You had cum chowder for dinner on Johnson Island.
I don't know why, but I think this fight's hilarious.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And
The
and
back screen
fact that they
projection.
survived this is freaking hilarious.
The
But
screen projection at the back
but
isn't as good.
I
there,
used to
but-
take VHS tapes. Remember, they were copy guarded, so if you tried to copy them,
Yeah.
your shit would come out all fucked up. Well, guess what? If you recorded them on a Betamax, from VHS to a Beta,
Point. Yes.
cut right through it. And then, so
Oh.
I had like 500
That's
movies
the
on
trick.
Betamax.
Oh, I got to go buy a Betamax now.
I wish I'd kept all my old devices because they're collector's items now.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they
Yeah.
are.
The
people are
V2000 is very
selling
rare. The Philips one's very rare now, and I just threw it out.
Oh, she
recently.
got him. She got him.
And they're selling VHS movies now at auctions, like 9.0, like comics. Yeah,
Man.
on
Even
open
if you take
VHS
care of
movies.
them, they're not going to look great over time, though. Oh,
I think these
they'll
people just
degrade.
want the
It's
package.
film.
I've bought a few just for the packages. Yeah,
yeah.
I got that
I
Star
buy-
Trek,
the boxes
the
are
first
nice.
5 Star Trek movies in VHS. That special box with the
Yeah.
forms
the
a picture.
ship,
I got
yeah,
that for
Yeah.
like $3, and it's some of them haven't even been taken out of the plastic, but it's for
Yeah,
sitting on the shelf.
my grandmother has my uncle's VHS copy
Good
of
shot.
Total Recall.
Good
in
shot.
her, in her home.
Wow. You were
Oh, yeah,
quick on the
Total
trigger
Recall
on that.
VHS,
brother.
yeah.
Yep.
Nice
Get
shot.
down. That's
Yeah.
right.
But yeah,
One-
some are worth
one more.
collecting if you can get the certain movies.
Sorry,
worth
Dash.
collecting.
Dash got interrupted by the buttocks.
No,
What were
that's
you
okay.
saying,
That's
Dad?
everything getting interrupted by.
Get down tonight.
You were saying something about
You
your
missed, we
grandmother?
missed the
Oh
line
yeah,
there.
she has Total Recall on VHS. I think it was my uncle's copy because that's not a movie she'd
right.
expect your grandmother to have on VHS.
Right.
Well, I've told you guys the story before. What happened when my grandmother called me and she said, "Mark, I don't understand what's happening, but there's naked women on my TV and they're kissing each other. I don't know what's wrong with my TV." So I called my friend Rob. I said, Rob, we have to get right over to Grandma's house. She's got the Playboy channel by accident. So what she
I,
had
I
done
thought
was,
you were going to say that you'd left one of your VHSs in her machine.
Right.
yeah. She never had it. Yeah. So I guess the cable
Playboy
company
channel.
called and said, "Would you like to upgrade? To Rainbow Gold Super Deluxe, like every channel." So she ended up with the Playboy channel. So my mom
said-
called the cable company the next day and reamed them out. Got like
So you went
3
over
months,
and you
6
said,
months.
"I'm sorry, Granny. It's going to take us days to figure this out."
Yeah, we don't know how to fix this. Yeah. We're not. But I never
Meanwhile,
forget, she's like,
We'll send you on a holiday for a while, and we'll just stay here and try and figure it out.
She's
All
like,
right.
"There's 2 women kissing. I don't understand."
And you said that your problem is.
Yeah,
I
this
don't
is
get the problem.
cool how they pick
I
them
love
up,
this
man.
ending.
This
This
is
ending
really
is so
cool.
outlandish.
This giant
Whoa.
penis there.
Man, Mark,
She's-
you with the photo?
I mean, look at
I'm
that.
nailing it.
What is
tonight.
Bond doing to her right now?
Yeah.
What you don't see is the top of Sean's head down there.
That's right. He's getting the clam chowder there.
I love planes like this. They just make
Yeah.
no sense.
Well, I'm getting better and better with these clips.
Dude. He just gave her the cum chowder. Oh,
Oh, God.
Oh man, you're killing these people. Oh my god, too good.
my face hurts. My heart hurts still.
Nick, we gotta tweet out this frame.
Yeah, that's very
Yes.
priceless.
And
man.
someone's gonna meme that for us. Someone's gonna make a meme for us.
Oh,
on
that's
that
going to
one.
have to end up on Thursday Night Throwdown. I'll have to do a meme on this.
That's every chick that runs into Sean Connery right there. Ugh. Well, eyes
Oh,
rolling in
man.
the back of their
I
head.
believe it.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, oh. Heavy
I gotta make
breathing
my
and
screen
Nick,
tense
you
back
gonna
nice.
come, man? You gonna come?
I'm gonna come.
Okay, I've got to make a
We're all going to hell, you know that.
I'll be back.
Absolutely.
I'll see you there,
Possibly.
70s. I'll see you there.
I'll be there first.
Movie magic at Toxic Tuesday.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, this
Moving
movie does
on.
have an ending.
Anyhow.
guys. It's
This
got
is why
Big
she's getting excited. She sees this coming towards her.
Red-
Oh, he's got that tiny outfit on again. Look at my legs.
He's got his tiny outfit too. He's got
Look
his
at my
tiny
legs.
outfit, and then he hooks it up, and they fly up in the air, and they're about to mac it out hardcore in the air. I'm like, man, that's such a fucking toxic ending. I love it.
They should have stayed more time, had more time in the boat though. But I guess as you saw from that clip, it was over pretty soon. I guess so.
Well, you know what's interesting about that clip was apparently they had to actually edit the clip for the theatrical release of it. They actually had to edit it. They originally had it as a scene where this swimsuit outfit was about to come off type of thing, and they edited it because they thought that'd be too spicy.
Too
For
spicy.
when they met in the pool, yeah, and they got it out.
So instead, they went with this.
Yeah, well, all the scenes in
Yeah.
the movie, like that was the one that was a bridge too far.
Right? Is that funny
Yeah.
how that shit happens?
You know what's insane about this is I've read about the CIA inventing this system for pulling someone, when you can't land a helicopter to get them.
Yeah.
This was actually people were actually ordered to do this
Oh yeah. It's real.
and not
they-
paid
they
extra
did their
for it.
Private,
You get
private.
yanked
You
into the
stand
air.
over there, private, and just
Yeah.
What's happening,
yeah.
sir?
And attach this balloon tether to your harness, and then what's going to happen? Don't worry, you'll be fine.
I do like the name of the guy that played Felix Leiter, Rick Van Nutter. What a great name for an actor. Rick Van Nutter.
Yes.
That guy's a
All right,
loony.
Kay. All right, Kay.
Molly
Too. No C
Peters.
there.
Yeah, that kind of Rick. That's a Rick Mail.
Thunderballs or no balls. You guys are killing me with these comments. Oh, okay. All right,
Go
Chad,
Thunderballs
go
or
ahead,
go home.
give out your scores. All right, and the panel will be the panel. This is definitely a very interesting last few hours. Oh damn. Well, Dash Attack, why don't you sound off on your thoughts on 1 out of 10 in Toxicity, 1 out of 10 in greatness for this movie?
Yeah. So Toxicity, I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9 for Toxicity, and honestly, I think okay. So yeah, I guess I'll give it like an 8 for as a movie. Like I know like it's got some Phantom Menace syndrome, but you know like you. But I think I think the water scene really pays off. You have all the gadgets, like all the Bond tropes are there, and some of them were referenced in later spoofs of Bond. So yeah, I think this was really good, and you know it was you know like it was like interesting to see like what they were able to get away with back then as far as Toxicity goes. So yeah, 9 for Toxicity, 8 for movie.
Okay, cool.
I think Sean has affected your avatar, man. Your avatar can't control its eyes.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I'll get better at it with the.
I forgot to show that this week.
Oh man, how great!
All right, red shirt. Final score.
All right. Well, I got to say, when I first saw this movie, I absolutely loved it for all the gadgets and gizmos and the fights and the underwater fight scene. Watching it again as an adult, okay, it isn't in some ways the best Bond film, but to me, it's an iconic Bond film. It is where Bond really got started. So I've got to give this at least an 8.5. I can't go any lower than that for greatness because this set the trend. The movies before this, they were finding out how to put James Bond on film, and in this movie, you can argue that maybe the storyline, the plot, the way they edited it isn't the best, and all of those technical things that I'm sure they would be great on EFAP. But the fact of the matter is, this thing is one hell of a ride. It's a lot of fun to watch. 8.5 on greatness. And Toxicity, as far as the number of women he seduces in this film, this has got to be a 10. That's it. It's got to be a 10 for Toxicity. If Toxicity went to 11, this would go to 11. But this isn't Spinal Tap.
Okay. Awesome. 70s.
Oh, right. I'd give it 2 Thunderballs out of 2. I think is the first ranking.
In a dump truck, even.
Not. As I say, I think this movie is just a little bit overlong for me. It's not actually one of my favourites, and it's certainly not one of my favourite Sean Connerys. I think it's got some fantastic elements in it, and it did expand the sort of scope of what Bond movies could be with some of the set pieces. Toxicity is high, though. I mean, especially as he basically blackmails a girl into sleeping with him. Just so he won't rat her out to her bosses or whatever. So that's pretty toxic for any era. So I think I'd give it 9 out of 10 for Toxicity. There is some really, it's pure full-on Bond toxicity in this one. But as a movie overall, I mean, there's no such thing as a bad Sean Connery Bond movie. But it's certainly not one of my favourites of his. So I'm going to give it 8 out of 10 as a movie. Too long for me, and I'm not a fan of the underwater stuff. I know others are. But.
Okay, no, all good, brother.
Still a good score.
Mark.
Yeah. So this movie, like you guys said, maybe it's not the best Bond movie, but the scope and the grandeur and I love those underwater scenes. That's just so so freaking amazing. I mean, how cool is that, and how difficult was it to film? I mean, just over the top. And so I give this like a 9. Yeah, it's a 9. This is a definite A. Connery is always amazing as Bond, and of course he's toxic. It's a 10. I mean, it's just the product of the day. That's how people were back then. So, he's a lot of those scenes wouldn't be on film today. I mean, he's just in those scenes with in the spa there. Yeah, that's ultimate in toxicity, and yeah. But of course, he's Bond, so he gets the ladies. But yeah, just a fun movie to watch. You can imagine seeing this in the '60s on the movie theater. How cool that would have been, and that underwater stuff. It's like going, kind of like being in outer space. It's another world, and it's just what they did to film that was just amazing. And Bond's, got the great lines and the great quips, and she, like you said, Nick, she's dead tired. Watch my date, watch my friend, she's dead tired. So some of those great lines, but he delivers them so well. It's not overdone. It's just a subtle thing, and then you catch it. So, and of course the ladies in this movie. I mean, there's women galore in this movie. So and they're all gorgeous.
Yeah.
So that doesn't hurt the score either. So. But yeah, a lot of fun, and I can imagine coming out of the movie theater back in the '60s after seeing this. Like, God, can you imagine how cool it'd be to be James Bond with all these gadgets? You got of course, the awesome car. You got the jetpack. I mean, how cool is that to have a jetpack and actually fly? It's science fiction brought to reality in a movie. So, yeah, this is a thumbs up, and it set the scope for. Bond films going forward in terms of how crazy and over the top all their stunts were, and I was reading too they used this special kind of jet fuel in that scene to blow up the boat, and the guy went so overboard that they blew up windows 30 miles away, and NASA with that explosion was so over the top. So even the explosions are over the top in this movie. So yeah, it's a great flick, and yeah, I'm glad we got to do this one and not Mad Max Beyond Thunderball. So I'm glad we did this movie tonight.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you, Mark. Balls and all. All right, Joe.
Oh well, you guys know I've got a soft spot in my heart for this one, man. It's my favorite Bond movie, and I know a lot of it's because it was one of the first ones I saw when I was a kid. But just to hear that the explosion of that yacht, because I remember the explosion of that yacht and that hydrofoil coming out of it. I remember seeing that when I was a kid, just going, just amazing, blew me away. Toxicity, it's a 10, man. I mean, he does everything but rape a chick in this movie. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
But as far as greatness, I'm going to give it a 9. I realize it's not as good as I think it is, but for me personally, it's the best one. It always has been, and there's a couple that come close, but this one will always be my favorite because it was one of the first ones I saw on the Sunday night movie on ABC back in the day. So, yeah. And and it's the one that made me a Bond fan for life.
Oh, okay. Nice, Joe.
That's
All right,
great.
killer, dude. All right, kids. So, this one. As I said, Goldfinger is my favorite Connery Bond. I'm going to go with probably an 8.5 in this one, so a little bit lower than the other movies, but I still had fun with it. The underwater sequences are freaking awesome, and I stand by that big battle. That was the payoff happening, and it happened, and it was massive, and it was very violent, and it really felt like the stakes were very real in that scene. And of course, he had Bond being the most toxic yet in this movie. That alone gets points. Exposition is definitely where some of the points hurt for me. The exposition definitely could have narrowed it down a bit in the first hour. But I still was entertained, still had fun with it. And it definitely takes me a few viewings so I could catch in all the information that's going on. But still an awesome movie, nonetheless. And lots of great one-liners from Connery. He absolutely kills it with the one-liners. Like, this movie may have had some of his best lines. Yeah, so big fan for it. 8.5 for the movie. Toxicity, it's good. Obviously, this one's a straight 10. Straight 10 for the Toxicity. And now let's read off sub scores from the chat.
Let me say something real quick about the score, though.
Go ahead.
The score for the movie, if you remember the music from that underwater fight scene, it almost borderlines on being Star Trek fight scene music. I mean, it's really something else, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool stuff.
I like it. I agree. All right. Das Wolfen says, I would love to watch the whole show, but I have had a long day. I rate the movie 8 out of 10. Toxicity 69. Have a good night, all. I saved that from earlier. Thank you, Das Wolfen. Yeknomino, 12 out of 10. Spicy, 9 out of 10. Toxicity. D-Bud, Toxicity, 58,008. I see what you did.
Boobs.
Well played, sir.
Yes.
Overall, 10 out of 10. My top Bond film, Keely Chow, Toxicity, and overall 10. Vince Womack, overall 8.7. Toxicity, less generous with the 8.3. Bond Girl, 7 plus 6 plus 7 plus
There you
8
go.
plus
Now we can see it.
I see what he did there.
Yep.
Rob Altus, Toxicity 10, Bond Girls 10, Sharks 9 because no lasers, Balls 10, overall 10.
That's right. I agree with that.
Fat Elvis, Toxicity, overall 10-10. Inverse Opinion, Toxicity 9, Greatness 8. Vince Womack, Shark gets a 3. No freaking lasers on their head. TZ Bird, 9 Toxic, 9 overall. Girls with only shoes on, 10. Yolanda Gaines, 10-10. Soul Assassin, 10 Toxic, 10 Awesomes, 2 Thunderballs on Johnson Island.
It's Johnston with a T.
With Dick watching you.
Actually, to be technical, you can look up a documentary about it. I served there for a year. I was carding chemical weapons for a year on a 2-mile long, half a mile wide atoll, big enough for a landing strip, housing on one end, and bunkers on the other end.
So what Joe is saying is he spent 2 years on a 2-mile long Johnson.
2 mile long
1
Johnson.
year.
That's what I heard.
With 2,000 guys.
That's right.
2,000 men. So
It
yes,
was
Brahma,
nothing but guys. That was the pitiful part. They didn't let women come out there. So, yeah, it was.
I wonder why.
Yeah. It was like MASH out there. We got drunk at work. I mean, it was ridiculous, man.
Forever falling off
Harry
the
and
atoll.
Harry and Dick. Yes, Brahma. I'm definitely. I've had a crazy busy week, so I'll admit I am definitely feeling it tonight. Don't worry, I will rest up and I will be huge soon. And we lost somebody. Oh no, we lost the screen.
No.
Okay, so.
Oh, no, I was
all
just
right,
taking
never
off the
mind.
share of the screen. But we
Yeah.
can put this back.
There you go.
Yes.
Woo! Rolling them eyes back in the
Radioactive.
head. Yes.
Radioactive, Toxicity 9.5,
Oh my
overall
God.
10. And then Phantom Outsider, overall 9, Toxicity 10. But Digital Bond is somewhat corrupt as the sounds can be bought for a price. That was good.
I think it's a price we'd all be willing to pay.
Yes.
Oh, I know.
Suffer
All
through
right,
it, yeah.
All right, chat. Anyways, yes, next week, obviously, we'll be doing You Only Live Twice, and we'll be having, guesting with us, No Green Rocks, the founder of the Legion of Memers, next week
Yes.
joining us. So maybe we'll have one of the other Legion
Looking forward
members
to
with
that.
us as well. We shall see. But we're going to No Green Rocks on. I'm excited. He's excited, and it's the week of his birthday. So we got to come out long, hard, and strong for him. All right, let's make this a huge show for the Legion. We want the Legion's gonna come out hitting hard with this one next week. So
Yeah.
be ready. Be ready. Next week is gonna be one for the ages.
Especially
I
with
can
Bond
feel
wearing
it.
yellow face half the movie. So
Oh, yeah.
you know.
Yellowface Bond with
Yes.
the Legion of Memers involved.
Really?
It's
Oh, yes.
it's gonna be
Oh
a
yeah,
combination.
they turn him Japanese. They
Turning
they
Japanese, I
turn him
really think so.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's gonna be Susie. It's gonna be amazing next week.
We
I
all know what
cannot
that
wait.
song-
I'm
we-
gives it
excited.
a 10. That alone gives it a 10 on Toxicity.
right.
right.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you all know what that song was about.
No.
Turning Japanese.
It's
God,
about.
I knew this at one time. 70s.
Do you really
I'm
want to
sorry,
know?
I don't
You-
remember.
It's not
yeah,
very clean.
Yeah,
It's
it was
about
probably pretty bad.
masturbation.
yeah. I
Yes.
was fixing
Yeah.
to say
It's
that
turning
one
Japanese.
and the Cyndi Lauper tune.
Yeah.
Girls just want to have fun. Both
Yeah.
of them are. Yeah.
Anyway, I just ruined that for you. That song.
Yeah. there
And
you
I
go.
can never listen to that song again. Thank you, 70s.
You only boink twice.
Come on.
All right.
I couldn't listen to that song in the first place.
Anyways,
And I had to sing it.
Oh dear.
Oh
Right, okay.
man. Wow.
Anyways, I saw a few new faces in the chat. Hopefully you liked what you saw Toxic Tuesday. We're going to up the ante next week. Believe that. It's going to be fat. So, and for all of my familiar faces, I said faces, sorry. I'm fucking up tonight. I know. I'm
That's
not
easy
even,
for you to say.
drunk. I know. No, for real. I'm running on fumes. That's
Yep.
all it is. Guys, thank you for supporting Toxic Tuesday. 66 episodes in. A lot of great regulars tonight showed up, and I do greatly appreciate it. And thank you for the super chats, direct donations. I've got a new clip coming for what's to be played for when we get super chats, but it's going to come at anything that's at the minimum of $5. All I can say is it comes from Spider-Man, the animated series.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nice.
And it's a line that's it's gonna get a lot of laughs. That's all I can say. It's gonna get a whole lot of laughs. So yeah, you only live twice next week. Comic Shop Talk, of course, is on Friday nights. Find me at Midnight's Edge After Dark, Tuesday and Thursday. Yelling at Park Cars with the Dicks Division, Comics Division. And hopefully, if I'm lucky, I can finally start getting back to doing some videos in the next few day or two. But before all that, I'm going to let my gentlemen plug their channels because these boys waited 2 hours and 40 minutes to plug their plugs. So we'll do that as we get on out, starting with Mark D with a C.
Hey, well, thank you, Nick. Yep, thank you for having me. Love being here. It's awesome, awesome to hang out all these great guys on Toxic Tuesday. Excuse me, but yeah, it's check out my channel. As you can see from my background, I got 1 or 2 toys that I collect and do videos on that. I've been trying to do a short a day on one of my toys, so maybe I'll be done in like 5 or 6 years with all the toys in my collection. But also, I'm on Thursday night with Clobberin Times and Raquel, Clobby's Clubhouse. I'm always in the chat Saturday night on Saturday Night Star Trek, and then hanging out towards the end of the show. And my big show is on Sunday Night Geekery, and that's a review of the things that happened during the week, and then we end up talking about food, and you never know where the chat takes us, but it's a fun hangout. So appreciate being here, and I lost 1 sub during this stream. I'm up to 397. I'm down to 396, so I need 4 more people to get to 400. So maybe I'm sure I'll get there soon. But it's been a lot of fun, and yeah, check out my channel. Appreciate it. And let me put my if I'm gonna get more subs, I better put the link in here. So
Yeah, I was fixing to say, put that link up there, buddy.
I better put that link in there. Yep. So much appreciated, and yeah, sub to everyone on the panel if you haven't already subbed. And here's my link, and here's Clubhouse Discord with check that out too. So
There
appreciate
you go. And hey, thank you, Keely Chow, Rob Baltus. I see your comments on the show. Thank you, guys. I do appreciate the kind comments about the show. But yes, don't worry about my show. Worry about Mark D. The C here. This is his channel. This is his Clubhouse Discord. Okay. That's
Thank
what's up. And Mark, thank you as always, sir, for your services. I do appreciate it. You're a
Got the right
gentleman,
movie
a
this week.
scholar. You got the right movie. You didn't fuck it up with the boomerang. So I'm very thankful for not 2 weeks in a row of that atrocity.
Yeah.
But
oh
until
my
then,
God.
my friend, I'll see you soon.
Yeah, we will.
just another red shirt.
You will see me again right here, same bat time, same bat channel next week, talking about You Only Live Twice. I will also this Friday, assuming he's sober enough to run the show again, I'll be on the MF for Cocktail Lounge. With
That's a huge, huge
Did he
assumption.
get bagged last time? What happened?
I don't know what he did last time, but he didn't have the show last week.
Yeah, I know he did.
I'm just
going to
I'm going to assume that he went to a comedy show like he did the time he really got into trouble, and decided this time that discretion was a better part of valor. I have no idea.
He woke up in a Turkish prison.
Well, as a fellow bartender, I can tell you that's an occupational hazard for him.
Oh, waking up in a Turkish prison?
But yeah, if that show's on, I will be there as soon as I'm done with modding Friday Night Tights, and I have a wrench on a bunch of channels. And if you see me, say hello. I'll say hi back. That's it.
All right. Thank you, Red Shirt. Appreciate you coming back. You were missed. You have a magical evening full of fucking orgies and shit.
Yeah, that's pretty much Red Shirt's life in a nutshell.
I should be so lucky.
That's Red Shirt's life in a nutshell, right there.
We need to clip that. Yeah, don't put that as your message on your phone. Red Shirt.
Anyways, yeah. So, anyways, I'm Dash Attack. I do a gaming and pop culture channel. I do live streams where I stream basically whatever game I want to play at the time, and I do videos on video game pop culture stuff. I did some stuff on Elon Musk, like as it was happening. Like as this whole Twitter thing was going, but I don't, but mostly I do gaming and pop culture stuff. I just did a video on, apparently the DCEU is going to be counting video games and animated shows as part of the continuity going forward with James Gunn. So that should be pretty interesting. So definitely check me out. My goal is up to get to 300 subs by the end of the new year, and I'm like 15 away.
14.
Make that 14. I just subbed to you, buddy.
Oh, we're 13.
Oh, thank you. 13. That's great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Remember everyone to watch. I was
You're
gonna say, everyone
welcome,
watch a
Dash
video. If you sub to someone, make sure to watch a video. So the
they
subscription
unsubscribe
sticks.
bot. It's
They will unsub you. So Dash Attack, it was good. Thank you for coming back on, as always.
no mention
Somewhere
it.
down the line, there will be a third outlet for you to slide into, and when you do,
Oh.
we'll be arms wide open in there. All right.
Oh, that's
Until
excellent.
then, oh, I know it will. Arms wide open is.
It'll be
excellent, especially when you
huge.
slide in. It will be huge, and it'll be into 70s.
Like 70s, yeah.
Uh-oh. The sheep are scared. Watch out.
Speaking of huge, you bastard. Well, that was another fun show. Thank you, Nick. Great job, everybody.
You.
Chat are fantastic, as
You
usual.
were the highlight, though, tonight. This is your show. Let's be
Good
real.
job.
And just a goofy shit, so, if anybody's interested in more Bond, though, go back, watch my live stream from yesterday. Joe was on,
Yeah,
and
that
we
was
had a
great
lot
stuff.
of fun talking about Bond themes. What I intended to be a 2-hour show, I think, ended up being like 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah. We stayed in it for a while.
And it
Yep.
was including one copyright break where we got shut down for 30 seconds. But
You
yeah, it
can't
was
help
great.
yourself, though. You do that.
It was a fantastic show. So,
Yeah.
and I also had a little video out today about the unboxing of that Top Gun Maverick Collector's Edition. So, have a look at that if you're interested in that set. It's quite nice. Looking forward, I'll be on Midnight Edge After Dark Thursday, possibly on Foulball Productions on Friday if Matt is alive or appears from if he gets let out of a Turkish prison or wherever the hell he is, and probably I'll be on Loki's show on Friday night as well. Actually, I'm usually in that too. And Saturday night, Bourbon and Boarding. Me and Bram will do our hockey and drinking show, 10 p.m. Mountain Time, on my YouTube and his Rumble. It's a joint simulcast, if such a
Wow.
thing is even possible. Well, we've been doing it for 4 weeks. We have a lot of fun. Small audience, but they're into hockey, and we're having a lot of fun with that. So, Saturday night.
All right.
And Mark, you're welcome to join if you get
Thank
the
you.
chance.
Yep. We'll definitely make it one of those times. Yep.
Oh, I hope so, mate. Yeah, I hope so. We're
Yep.
trying to get fans on from other teams, particularly from East Coast teams, so we can
Let's
balance
go
out
Rangers.
so we can balance out our Central
Bruins.
Division bias. Well, there you go. Joe can come on sometime too. So.
I'm always at
All
work,
right.
man. Until they
I
move
know.
me off of that day, you won't see me. Yep.
Well, not to worry, mate. But anyway, Saturday night, 10 p.m. Mountain, Bourbon and Boarding. Be
You
there
heard him.
if
Or
you want
be
to see
square.
some fighting and hits, and that's just us. Never mind the clips.
70s, it's been good.
It's been real, man.
It's been real, balls and all.
Balls to the
Till
wall.
next week when
Balls
I see
to
yours.
the wall.
I gotta give it out for Joe's Atmosphere for returning the show. Thank you, sir.
Oh no,
Always good
thank
to
you
have
for
you here
allowing
again.
me to grace your panel. Yes, thank you very much, man.
We
I
will do this
appreciate it.
again. And
Oh
that's a
yeah,
promise.
yeah, for sure. You know me. I'm gonna be in the chat on your show, and I will give you a heads up when you're doing one that I really want to be on for. So, thanks for having me, man. I always have a good time doing this. Tomorrow night you will see me, Small Time Republic. I think Red Shirt knows that gentleman. He's usually a regular on whatever cast, Wes's channel. And my man Knock, that does the pregame show with me on Sundays for football. We are going to be reviewing Andor tomorrow afternoon at 5:30, the entire first season. It was a very welcome surprise to this Star Wars fan because I had given up on it after watching one episode of Boba Fett. I turned that stuff off and didn't turn it back on till this one. So, but yeah, it was a pleasant surprise. If you haven't watched Andor yet, I highly recommend it. And if you have seen it, and we only want to have people that have seen it because it's going to be nothing but spoilers. We're talking about the first season. So that's tomorrow night at 5:30 Central. 6:30 Eastern, and let's see, my brother's coming back. We've been on hiatus for 2 weeks with the Brothers Hack the Matrix. He has new gear. He's going to be able to throw videos at me because he's an admin on my channel. So he's got a brand new Mac computer. He's not on his phone anymore, and he's going to be able to mess with me more during the damn show now. On Thursdays, let's see, it's at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. The Brothers Hack the Matrix, where we just talk about the headlines and the clown show that was last week in 2022. And then, of course, my comic book stream. We'll be doing the cover of the first issue of the Privateer this week because you know what? I've plotted the entire first issue, and the details are fixing to get started, and we're going to start plotting issue 2 in 2 weeks.
Ooh.
So, yeah, that's 1:30 Central, 2:30 Eastern in the afternoon on Saturdays. So come watch me draw the poster, or excuse me, the cover for the first issue of the Privateer.
All right.
And
Sounds
I will be
great.
gladly
Nice.
coming back here whenever you want me, brother. Thank you for having me. I appreciate
You
it.
will be back. And until then, sir, stay long, hard, and strong.
And I'll be like Connery. Balls coming to dump truck. Let's do it.
All right, guys. Thank you all for being here. Once again, thank you for supporting Toxic Tuesday, the chat, new faces, old faces, Legion of Memers, Sherry for the memes, the mods, Eric K. I saw you earlier. Thank you. Of course, Mark for the video service, to the panel, to the repeat guests. It's been good, guys, but it's time to get the fuck out of here. And
Yeah, I
as
gotta go
usual,
to bed.
See you, man.
maybe come episode 100, we'll have a proper intro and outro. But until now, I'm just saying, it's time to go fucking home.